This program is rated MA. It contains adult themes, coarse language, sexual references, and violence.
All right, what's up, everybody? Open Comms Friday night. We're back again. I'm here. We are missing LB and Rain. They're out tonight, but I'm here. We got Drunk Canadian. Dirk is back. Welcome back, Dirk.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, it's good to be back. I think
Maybe and
Good for the show for you to be back.
And then we got Matterall on cam with us as well. How's it going, Matterall?
Very good. Drayden.
And then we also have fucking Daniel Westelius with us tonight. Jaguyak Jones, as we used to call him back in, well, when we were in TNT, but also back in Persona non Gratis. What's up, man?
How's it going?
Pretty good. Now what?
what corp you in? Solid state or
Shadow State.
Shadow State?
Best corp in the Imperium.
See, for you people out there going
Clearly.
Pan Fam comms.
Because we remembered it. People are already asking for Boat. And
Boat is not in tonight. I can tell you that right now.
Bo's not in today. No, Grass gonna be here in a little bit. He's got something to do with he's got something to do for the next few minutes, and then he'll be there. So he's like, who the fuck is Daniel Westelius? You may know him by his alt, Edward Westelius, or his other alt, Juragger Jack Jones. Or if you used to be in Black Legion, you knew him as Juragger Jack Virgin.
It's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, the times.
Oh my god, remember that? That was so
Yeah, I
funny
do
back in
remember
the day.
Miss Elo Knight, where is he?
I don't know where Elo is.
Stealing vodka from somewhere.
Does he still play? I outlasted him, apparently.
But anyways, yeah, it's good to be back. What the fuck did you people do last week?
Nothing. We didn't do anything.
I tried to check in. I was sitting on the deck on Friday night, and it was our last night in town, and I'm checking in, and I'm like, talking to some people in chat and whatnot, and I couldn't do the video or whatever, but I called a shot. I don't know, whatever, and it's like, I think by the time I got home the next day, I'm getting like text messages going, the fuck happened last night?
Yeah, Marsh is saying I'm innocent. Well, I don't know. I think I'm indirectly partially at fault, but it was not intended. Grass not here. I was gonna apologize to him. I don't know. I think I already did, but in Skype.
why?
But,
Why are you going to apologize to him?
well, just kind of like I don't know,
Yeah.
because I
Did you
knew
make it
that
happen?
Wrath and Boat don't mix well, and I asked them to both to come on the show
Well-
anyway during the middle of a war, and so
Yeah, they're
I
both
was like, I knew
adults.
there was gonna be some fighting and arguing, but I did not expect and did not intend for Grath to get super mad and angry like that. So that was not my intention. So it was kind of like I don't know. Maybe it's just I kind of felt partially responsible for maybe baiting him into that situation. But
You gotta learn your de-escalation skills,
The
right?
fact-
you gotta,
yeah, the
you gotta
fact
learn
that
how
I-
to bring things back in
dude,
track.
there was no de-escalating this. This was button was pushed, nuclear explosion went off. Like you don't de-escalate that. So
You
Yeah,
think
but
you
you-
have enough practice with de-escalating Dirk when he goes on his rants when he's drunk? Apparently not.
Well, it has me.
Oh.
It has me know
Oh.
that it doesn't de-escalate either.
Yeah.
Which is why when people talk about de-escalation skills, it's like, you know what? Unless you can literally grab somebody and throw them out of the room.
yeah, okay, this is a good one. Diesel, like Drayden tried to mix oil with water. That I did.
That's not true. That's not true because we've had Grath and Boat on before, and
Right, and that's why I thought it
uh,
was. Yeah, there was that other time. We've had other people on too. We've had,
Yeah.
Vince. We've had lots of people that would normally, people would assume would fight with each other on. So I figured like it would be fine. I knew there'd be some, back and forth, disputes.
Well,
but
I actually, it surprised me because I figured first of all, I didn't think Grath would be bothered enough to get bothered. But what I really thought was going to be a problem when I watched who was on the lineup was Doom Chilla and Boat, because both those guys like to push each other's buttons. And somebody called Boat Big Red Button, which is kind of funny.
big red button.
Rasmuth 71.
But yeah, anyways, I don't know. Whatever, it's like shit like that's gonna happen. Grass back this week because I don't know, mainly because Grath and I were doing some stuff yesterday and we ran into Daniel and I'm like, fuck it, you know what, come back on. It's not so he can come on here and make up for last week or anything like that.
Nah.
This show kind of ain't like that. You know what I mean? It's like you come on here and you rage the fuck out or you say something
you come
or
back
whatever.
next week and just pretend it didn't happen.
We're all guys. We just move on.
Yeah.
Like Eric's calling this the rebuttal.
Something. Oh yeah, I was
The
just saying,
rebuttal.
like, after, now I will admit, like, after that whole incident thing, like, the rest of the show was good. Like, like we got some good info from Doom and Capri Sun Craft Foods. God, I don't know why I have such a hard time. I keep wanting to say Capri Craft Sun Foods or some shit, but
That's his alt.
yeah, Capri. Yeah.
It's called Capri.
Capri came out and, like, I don't know, we had some good discussions with them afterwards too. So I mean, I don't know, like the whole show wasn't crazy. It was just that 20-minute section maybe.
Pan Fam FM.
I don't know.
It's good.
I think it was fine. It could have gone totally normal, and would have been. There's just no way to predict that kind of thing. But that said, when Bo's just poking or Doom is just poking, people who are irritated are going to get mad. I would get mad too.
Yeah,
I may not say the same things, but I'd get mad.
Like Marsha's saying, Grath loves yelling. I disagree, actually. Like, that's what, like, everyone has this preconception that Grath just is in 100% constant rage mode, and he's not. Like, I've talked to Grath a lot. It's very rare, actually, that you see him getting pissed like that, which is why those recordings get such, internet clickbait and stuff, is just because that's like an extreme that is not his norm. Like, he is normally a pretty chill, laid-back dude. He just just doesn't put up with bullshit. So you throw bullshit at him and he gets mad. So that's like the only thing.
Well, that's how you make it into the "This Is Really Eve" trailer, is by being super chill.
Exactly.
Not to he's going to be able to explain for himself if he wants to, but the excuse that that's just Grath being Grath is, as someone else pointed out to me, isn't acceptable, and that's
Well, go fuck yourself, Matterall.
Yeah, totally. Who asked me?
Well, maybe those were his first remarks, and now after a few days of reflection, he's going to come back with a more scripted thing that will, and then next week we'll come back and like just double down on what he did the week before.
Maybe they're twins and they show up in alternating times.
I don't know. Let's say chill as fuck. Nah, chill as fuck would be someone who doesn't get upset over anything. No, it's not true. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It's like out in Vegas, Grath, chill as fuck. It's like look, he's one of those people that that yells. He's a yeller. Whatever. Shit fucking happens. Some of us yell at times. But one of the things I want to bring up, I got a. So I got back. When did I get back? I got back last Saturday evening, afternoon, whatever the hell it was. I think it was like on Monday. Somebody I know sent me a message. They do work with Twitch or whatever, and they said, "Hey, look, Twitch is cracking down on doing shots for donations, so you might want to watch out with that." And I'm like, okay, I mean, we don't really do shots specifically for donations here, but I do want to make it clear to everybody out there that we're not going to ask for money just so we can do shots, because we'll pretty much do shots anyways. But we would just like you to know that if you do give money, we do tend to do shots out of appreciation.
Are you saying it's a coincidence that when you get money, you do a shot? That's what you're chalking up to?
Maybe we haven't.
It reminds us that we're doing the
money
right
shot
thing and that
taking.
we should celebrate it.
Right. It's like, we got some money. Let's,
Yeah,
let's
it's
just,
not like
we
both
haven't
stream
had a shot
where
in a
he
while, and
literally
we'll
has
just,
a shot counter or like donate to make me drink kind of thing.
yeah, we won't do shots for donations.
Not that you sit there and hear us ask for fucking money, like we're not one of those tits out streamers or anything like that.
We might-
Can I has money?
We might reflect.
Can you buy me a trip someplace?
We might
Get me
reflect
some luggage.
some thoughts onto a donation while taking a shot.
I didn't even get any drinks for tonight.
Turk, if Imperium members give money, please don't use it for the war. Drayden's the one that holds the wallet. I don't even fucking hold the wallet.
Oh.
Although someday, I don't know. Maybe
Here
I'll get myself a
comes the
Patreon account or
money.
something like that. But whatever.
Money.
But here, you know what? I'm gonna do a shot to the fact that I wasn't here for 2 weeks and the place didn't burn down. So I guess that's a big net positive.
Hey, Grath.
This is Grath. Look, see, Grath showed up. Told you he'd show up. He wasn't scared of you people.
Oh, I had to
Is
wait
that
for
Graf?
the-
That sounds like
Yeah,
a
for sure.
sick Graf.
Yeah, no, I'm not sick.
But anyways, yeah. So
Welcome
here's a
back,
shot
Graf.
for not burning down the house, while I was gone, other than kind of the garage or whatever.
Well,
We really tried to burn it down though. We tried real hard.
Oh, they didn't do anything.
yeah, we didn't
talking
burn it
about the
down. We
show.
just let we just kind of destroyed. We had a house party, didn't clean up. I think we let a coyote into the garage, and then
Do you wanna discuss that or not? Do you wanna just forget that ever happened, Grath?
I mean, I don't really care. Like, I'll explain my point of view on it, right? I look at it like this. Like, if fucking Joe Dick the Puppy,
I don't know that dude.
like, started telling me a bunch of lies, right? Like no big deal. Fucking whatever. He just is a little spastic. But, like Matterall. I've shook Matterall's hand, like, 2 or 3 times. Like, both. Had bought beer, been bought a beer. Like, same thing with, like, Matani, Alex, whatever. Like, I don't even feel comfortable calling him Matani anymore. I've hung out with him enough times. Like, his first name works better.
Yeah.
And I just feel that once you take like playing games together to the level where you like, there's just a certain level of petty shit you leave out. Boat's been a fucking lying cocksucker forever. He like makes up weird, random, crazy shit for like all of eternity. He's always made up weird.
Yeah, but that's
things.
but that's trolling though. I mean, like Boat
It's not.
isn't-
Is it though? Is that all that trolling's been?
Well, I think it is
reduced to
because
nowadays?
I
Just
mean,
fucking
Boat's
bullshit?
the
not
art-
known as
Come
like.
on.
Has the art of
Boat's
trolling
known
gone
as,
that
like,
low?
A funny
It's
kind
like-
of like
It's like you're saying like I do graffiti and all you do is fucking put smiley faces on walls and black spray paint. It's not like really graffiti
that's all
anymore
you
at
do in
that
Counter
point.
Strike.
Graff is
it's-
taking the Trump strategy.
It's
They're both
I mean,
to
like-
blame.
yeah, it's just weird, right? Like, were you really trolling or were you really just doing what Bo's done for like 8-9 years now and that's
Well,
just
no,
make up crazy shit?
Maybe he actually believes that crime
I
monsters.
can't believe that. Like, I can't. That's
No.
But I mean, Boat is not thrown out there as like Boat's a funny guy. Boat's a nice guy. Boat's a kind of a wild, crazy guy. He's the
also
Boat.
a sensitive
There's-
guy.
There's almost no categorizing him. But what he's not is like a wealth of encyclopedic.
I
For
will,
sure.
I will even
Botanica?
say, like, I mean, I'm in the Imperium, but I know that Boat drinks and distributes.
Do I look orange?
Kool-Aid,
Yeah, you
like,
look orange.
enough that he would probably go bashing through walls saying, "Oh yeah," at times.
It's not me that is the orangest this time. It is Dirk.
Well,
You're kind of orange. Oh, I think
He-
Am I
Kinda,
orange?
but not
Orange?
as
Like,
orange
some
as
tan.
Dirk.
So it's like
Yeah, my tan
for people who
looks
don't know,
orange
I was on the
tan.
fucking beach.
Yeah,
I
are you-
washed
are
up
you-
on a beach and I got a
Yeah,
tan.
I
that's
fucking
true.
know your Twitter was pictures every day. I thought you were pretty brave talking about the next Mrs. McGurk, and I'm surprised.
Oh.
I'm surprised
I saw
she
that
didn't
too.
cut you.
Dude, there was
I missed
so
that.
much college ass walking around that town.
Oh man.
So bad. It was
I would
so
like to
bad.
protest
Hold on.
for our
And-
2
and I
female
say-
viewers.
And I say that, and what I can tell you is this, okay? Literally had no drinks bought for me, okay? She had fucking Jello shots coming at her. She had like, and I'm just like, whatever. So it was like the shit I was tweeting out was just my like, oh yeah, great, some fucking bikini ass walking by me. Wouldn't that be great in my life? Okay, and she literally had like, guys asking her to dance, buying her fucking Jello shot. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't give a shit. You can buy my wife a drink all fucking night long because that saves me money.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, maybe you should put tits out on this thing. Can I say that?
Maybe I know. But
No,
anyways, yeah.
anyway, I wouldn't. There's like that's just not something that I would. Like, I don't find a reason to. I don't even know how you would, but I mean, like, yeah, I just would. I don't. Wouldn't. I will now. I mean, like, really, I guess. But I mean, like, I don't. That kind of like colors the relationship in a way that I have like absolutely no fucking desire to associate with him in a public place anymore, and I'd be probably pretty fucking blunt about it.
Nah, come on, that's not true.
Nah, fuck
I mean,
that, fuck
you
that,
know that if
fuck
you were coming to
that,
Vegas
fuck
this year,
that,
that it would be
don't
just
give
another
a
fucking
fuck.
party again.
Don't care. Doesn't bother me at all. Fuck off. Stay the fuck away from me. You're an actual fucking dickbag.
I mean,
Okay, well, it's too
You're like
early
the
in the show,
fucking
so
biohazard
I'm going to
container that they put the
de-escalate
used
things for a
condom
moment.
on playing in
Yeah,
the
let's see your
fucking whorehouse, like-
de-escalation skill.
I'm going to de-escalate things for a moment here, just because it's like early in the show.
I'm just saying,
I-
like, it's not. I don't ever like feel the need to like associate with that kind of fucking piece of human
There's
filth
Sullen.
anymore.
Hold
No
on,
problem.
wait. Let me drag Sullen up.
Uh,
See, we don't see people hanging out down there, Sullen, and now we've got Sullen Decimus, former CSM member of the Bastion. For those of you who think this is a Pan Fam show,
Oh my god.
You got a Bastion guy in there?
But,
Well, hey,
always got to rub that
I'm a
in, don't
Bastion
you?
guy. We got 2 now. We're
Yeah.
taking over.
I hung out with Daniel all last night.
So
We did. We were dancing all night there.
yep.
I missed
We'll-
what was being
we'll get to
talked
that in a
about. I
little
just
bit.
heard I heard Grass.
Daniel, I
ranting.
didn't have a sign-off fit either. It was the first time I've ever bluffed and had that shit work. You like, I said that in local and you just like instantly closed.
No, I had eyes next door. I saw you had like Cinnabal, Stratios. There was like 4 other ships on the other side. I had a scout.
For some reason, I thought you meant like actually hanging out with Daniel. I was like, wait, is Daniel in Minnesota? Like, what are you doing?
No, but
Yeah.
they were literally hanging out in this one system for like 2 hours. Like, both were playing cloaky games with each other about like,
I
which
tried
one
to
of us
sneak
can
up on him
cloak or
like Elmer
decloak
Fudd
without
style,
the other
and
one
he decloaked,
seeing.
and he was 360 kilometers away. I'd say I missed the mark a wee bit wide.
So
He did a crazy Ivan on me.
So something I'm curious about actually, as far as like this is a really off the wall tangent, but this is talking about cloaking. A cloak ship won't decloak another ship, but will you still bounce?
It won't
off-
decloak another cloaked ship.
Right. So, but if you're both cloaked and you go at each other, will you actually bounce off someone?
I don't
You
think
won't
so. I
decloak
think
them,
you
but
just-
will you actually?
I'm not sure actually. I don't really know for sure. I've
Because
never
like
tried.
that would be a way that you could actually find someone cloaked and stay cloaked and know where they're at. But that would be.
Is it like hit the rocks?
Well, that's kind of.
I
Yeah,
also
that's
feel
kind of
it's
like.
kind of dumb.
whoa,
I'm
I
looking at people
stopped.
who are like, "Oh, Grass is angry." It's not really angry. That's like, nah, I don't really call that anger. Like, you wouldn't fucking if that's what you call angry, you really hate me if I'm actually fucking angry. Like, this is just
You
I don't
sound
like being,
angrier
like,
than like
Yeah.
what you are from an angry. Like, you're not angry, but you just kind of sound angry. You got that angry voice.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's when I'm actually angry, the fucking people across the street at the goddamn McDonald's called the goddamn police and because they thought there was a domestic in progress in my house. like it was nuts. I was like, "Are you serious?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're kind of yelling loud." And I'm like, "Well,
I was just kicking people
I
out of my
mean-
video game corporation.
I was just playing video games." And they're like, "Are you serious?" I'm like,
Like,
"Yep."
Sir, what
And they're
happened?
like, "Okay,
Well, this
have a nice
piece of
day," and
shit
they
lost a
left, but
revenue.
Yeah, it's nuts.
People like to think of you as an angry guy. Like I see you introduced as the angriest guy in Eve, and I don't actually think
It's
that.
not real. It's like,
No,
it's not
it's
real.
not.
Like,
That's
this is
not.
my,
That's
like,
Forgotten
I'm
Legend
not.
is the
Like
angriest guy.
people are like, "Oh, he's so fucking mad right now." I'm not. I'm just like that's to me. That's like that's a disgusting personality trait to like what he displayed to me. It's actually offensive. Like it's not doesn't make me mad. It's like a child molester or a pedophile in my eyes. That like not like quite that
It
level of
can't
contempt.
quite be the
Not
same
like
thing.
that,
Come
not
on, you
quite
gotta
that
have a
level of
different.
contempt.
You gotta
Like,
have a
when
different scale than
when
that.
you see a dude that you're like, man, what a cocksucker that is, and like that's just like a type of person. Like that's kind of the reaction I have to that type of personality
Zero-
trait. And like
You either
particularly
really-
in particular liars in particular like that. Like I actually like they're pretty much some of the lowest humans I have. Like I have the lowest amount of regard for that type of person. Like, I don't really fuck with it. Like
There's two
What about-
people I
what-
can't stand in this world:
What about-
Chomos and
what about-
trolls.
what
we
about
lost
people that
TV and
won't log
Station
in all
this week,
into
right? Like
Toast
we lost
things.
TV and Station this week to fucking Pro God Legend and Test. And like you won't see anybody anywhere try and make up any dumb retarded ass shit to cover it up. We lost it. We fucking tried to defend it with Tristan's. The shit didn't work. We lost the fucking station. Like Test got it back. No big deal. We changed the way we did things today, and we like stopped him on the iHub timer. But like if it was me and like you know if I was the fucking DBRB right now and we lost a TVN station, I'd be telling you how we wanted to shackle him with the fucking payments of having to own a station or some retarded ass shit like that, and how I've
Well-
now anchored Test back to the north, and I'm fucking getting ready to hatch my master. It's like just the most insanely retarded shit when it's just like I lost a TVN station. Like you lost 2 forts, you lost 2 pretty big fleets. The fucking loss value is pretty staggeringly bad. Like it was. The goons have always had an adjustment period at the beginning of a war where they fucking eat shit in the beginning while they figure out what the fuck is going on.
All right, well, let's talk about this, okay? Because obviously,
Skeptic Nerd Guy, 30 months resubscribe. He said
God
shots.
damn.
We just did one. We'll count that as your shot, man.
Can I ask a graphic question there?
Yeah.
dude, you don't have to fucking ask me
Ask if you
permission.
could-
Hold on, let's take a shackles
Teacher?
off.
No, you
Teacher?
little bitch, you can't because you just asked me if you can ask him.
Well, Graf has a message for you, Dirk.
Hey,
Go
Dirk,
fuck
can-
yourself.
Can you give this note to Drayden, please, for me?
Yeah, I told him last night when that happened. I was trying to tell Durher to go fuck himself, and my brain put Dirk in the sentence instead, so it was great.
So what would you do? I'm like middle management here. So what would you do in Imperium to counter PL? Because so far I think you guys are doing basically everything right. Since
Oh.
you know you guys haven't
Normally
lost
I'd
much.
give you like hints, but right? But like this is what's like
Is this a strategy now? Just
Daniel's
ask
making
me?
an app.
like at this point there's so far from the the realm of what should happen. And I feel like I'm enjoying the shit out of myself. Like, I've been playing the fuck out of Eve. My corp's been playing the fuck out of Eve. Dirk goddamn McGurk has been playing the fuck out of Eve for all week long.
I thought he was chasing college girls.
All week, baby. All week. I'm 1 week hardcore.
All
Alright, mind you, I was fucking away, and like
Right.
I did not play the first week of the war, and then I was away like the second week or whatever. You know, but I came back, man. I've been intensifying the shit out of
Yeah,
stuff.
Dirk
that's
logged
true.
in and been on like every Entosis op that we've had, and like all like today he played all goddamn day. Must have been Dirk off day.
I'm not even using some rando all. I'm out there intensifying shit in like a
With
piece
Dirk.
of junk ship with a Tech 1 intensifier. Like, you know, it's like
I
I'm
mean,
Dirk.
like realistically, you guys are
Test
they're kind of stonewalled right now. I mean, great, you're dropping Astra houses all over the place, and I'm really upset that we have to get these kill mails. But I mean, like, because they're the only thing left that really gives kill mails. So I mean, I'm actually slightly appreciative of that even. But and the fleets are all good. The price of jackdaws is fucking insane.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
don't-
I've been hinting at that.
Well,
we
they
need,
literally
doctrine
own every
changes.
jackdaw in the world, don't they?
I don't like. I mean, I just don't. I don't want to tell you what to fucking change because there's nobody even anywhere close to. And the only person that's even close to the mark is Laz, and he's been laughed out of the building at this point. Everybody's like, Laz, like, do this, and everybody's like, shut up, Laz, and go away. And Laz,
Test
is
again.
like,
Laz, you old man.
yeah. I mean, he almost.
You're
feels
fighting
bad
the
for him a
last
little bit.
war, Laz.
You haven't played games since 2013. Whatever, it's fine. It's like some things don't change, and
Well, that
I mean,
was
whatever. I
something-
mean, like, so yeah, I'm not gonna tell you what to change. Just
Yeah.
keep doing what you're doing. I like it. It works.
that was something that
I know you
I
like
don't
it.
think we got a chance to get into
course
because
they like
I
it.
think that was actually about what I was starting to ask when Boat was going on his whole tirade. But what like why I don't understand why they're disregarding Laz's info because it seems like his advice. I don't know if it would have like turned the tide of that fight, but it seemed like what he was saying, don't do this because of this, and then that happened. Like, doesn't that
Ego.
kind of show that he knows what he's talking about?
Doesn't matter. Like, so the people that can call the shots on what to do right now had to fight and scratch and claw their way into that fucking position, right? And it comes with a certain level of authority and power. And like when you have old guard guys that go AFK and shit like that, sometimes they linger around. But like Laz actually like legit left, and these guys got to fill the vacuum while he's gone. Like a lot of the times people don't listen because when you come back, it's like, oh, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Blur, 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 blur.
You've been gone a
Like-
while. You don't know how the changes
Yeah.
have happened.
You know, and like they do it to in some petty ass attempt to probably like I'm better than you, cling to my power thing almost. Like it's and it's not just the Imperium isn't the only alliance immune to it. Like a lot of alliances suffer from it, and that's why you have little girly sissy blow-ups all over the fucking place in all these alliances that rip them apart, mostly because of ego. Like FC ego, FC CEO ego, FC fucking leader of the alliance ego. And there's no alliance in Eve that's never been immune to having that happen in some way, shape, or form. And
You know, you mentioned the fact you mentioned the fact that I was out there doing Atosa stuff and whatnot, and it's like I'm going to be honest. When I I came back after the war had started, I was looking to get involved, went out in some fleets, but when I saw the thing go out, going, look, you know what, people, we need some people that are going to Intosify things. You know what, and I'm going to give credit here in a way. Okay, partially to when my time in the Imperium, because I did the same thing there, where it's like, look, if you're not willing to get your ass out there, I'm sorry, you're just not a full fucking member. If the only thing you can do are the glamorous fucking jobs,
There are glamorous jobs?
you're a sad fucking sack.
Yes.
I've only so far in this war, I've only been able to do the unglamorous jobs. All the nice, like big, like whole giant engagements. I'm always at work when they happen, and then I get home and it's like, all right, what are we doing? Oh, a post shoot. All right, cool. I
Most
guess I'll
of that
go do
stuff's been happening
Oh, what
way
are we
too
doing?
late
Okay,
for
we're
me.
gonna
I've missed
babysit
the
some
majority
Master
of it,
Who's just
too.
going up. Okay, I'll do that.
Believe me, Fozzie Saab fucking sucks. I mean, it literally fucking does, and you don't realize it until like you're out there playing, Sav games at this point. I mean, it is really freaking.
You did this before when you were in the Imperium when we were using stuff.
No, I
Like,
did.
it might
I
be
did.
a shopping
Look,
fact
I
to
can
you, but,
count.
like,
I can
there's
count
never
on
been
two
a solve
fingers.
system in this game that wasn't tedious and boring as fuck. Post Warfare sucked a big fat dick.
Yep.
Dominion, if you didn't have super caps, sucked a big fat fucking dick. And goddamn Intosa Sav sucks a big fat fucking dick. I mean, there isn't a way.
Was
Like
there
at
any time
least,
it didn't suck the
at
D?
least
I'm detecting a
like right
pattern.
now, like some of the little
There's a lot
skirmishy
of
shit can be
D-sucking.
fun sometimes, right? Like I mean, the boss fights were kind of okay, but when you come into a system and it's got 50 fucking moons, holy shit! that takes a really long time to set up a Death Star tower, and it would only claim Saab with a large. So anybody that tells you that moon-based Saab was good is a fucking idiot because it sucked. Like it was a day setting up a tower.
From what I've heard about the whole system, I'm glad I came in after that was all gone.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, Dominion,
moon-based
the
Saab
hit
was
point,
fucking dig.
the hit point totals were fucking nuts in Dominion, and they give you a little idea of it when they added station services. Like, they moved POS guns used to be inside the shields. They moved POS guns and stuff outside the shields. They added station services, and they called them, quote, small gang objectives. The hit point totals on these fucking things were nuts. If you had like a small gang, which I consider like 5 to 10 dudes, you'd be shooting a bitch for like an hour and a half just hanging outside somebody's station trying to disable their weakest station service. They were very far from small gang objectives. Like, warp up to a shredder tower and like, I'm going to shoot a gun. No, you're not. You're going to get fucking wrecked. That should have given you an idea what was coming when they dropped Dominion. And then they did, and it's like, if you had anything short of like 20 nicks, is like good luck grinding an iHub or, you know, shit like that, or killing
Screw
a
that,
CPU
man.
at
We
any
used to
normal
do it
time.
like 30 guys and freaking bombers or
Those
whatever, you know,
TNT days?
Teloses and
That was-
shit.
yeah.
I
But
mean,
then
if
again,
you're
but then
completely
again,
uncontested,
the
right?
enemy that you were up against, typically, if you were in that position, it was a time thing. Time fucking sucked. It did. But the enemy that you were up against was like, you know, about as consequential as you were. So
the worst situation like that I've ever been in was back before they got really on top of the whole IS Boxer thing. And there was that one guy, what was that one alliance down in, when we lived up north? They were in not Tribute, what was that one, NPC pocket, like, right by us?
Venal?
No, that's to the north. It was to the south. It was like, I can't fucking remember. Dan, you knew who they were, right? The one guy that
Wow, that is so vague. It
Well,
could
no,
be
no,
anybody.
yeah, Daniel knows. It's like
they were like
He's
in
like,
that
what was that
space
NPC
area.
pocket
It's
when we
kinda
were
near
back up
us.
north?
they
What-
were, the guy that had like the
It was like
35
Innie,
bomber
right?
accounts.
Oh,
Oh, Replicator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Replicator. I forget what group he was with.
He was like a freelancer, man, like a gun for hire.
No.
Yeah.
He was in an alliance down there. But anyway, so like we would go to shoot posses, and we'd have like a 40-man fleet, and this guy would show up and chase us off. It's like 40 of us just got chased off by literally one guy sitting at his computer. Yeah, we couldn't.
And
do
then
it.
iOS Boxer got
It was like that was a. God, I'm gonna have to find that group. It was definitely a group. Daniel, where are you at? You know who I'm talking about.
I mean,
Yeah,
they weren't
I saw-
alone. I
yeah.
remember. Fuck, it was like 150 Tengus all stacked on top of each other. It looked like one. It looked like something out of the Matrix. Because it was like they were stacked on top of each other with this boxer. It was just like, oh my god.
Yeah,
Which is
something
gonna-
like that
yeah, which
made
is
it,
gonna
like,
happen.
viable, right? Like, but I mean,
We have-
you have the barrier of entry can't be IS Boxer and 40 Drakes to compete in Saab, right? Like that's just or 40 bombers
I don't
or
know.
anything.
I'm starting to think at this point that fucking CCP might be going, can we bring back IS Boxer? We might get some more subs.
No, I that would be a.
It'd be terrible.
It was Pure Blind. That's where it was.
But we actually got into this conversation about the war a little bit quicker because obviously I wasn't there for the first week. I wasn't there for the first 2 weeks. First week I was like, fuck it, I'm not going to get involved because it's like I'm going away next week. But I come back and it's kind of like it seems as though a lot of big shit kind of fucking happened in the 2 weeks
The
that I
first
was
week
not
was
a part of it.
That I was gonna say
Like,
that's
like
kinda
there
what
were some
happens,
big
like-
fights out there that went down, and I look at it now and I go, seriously, are people calling this a war? I don't think this is a war. This
No,
is like
yeah, I was
this is
gonna
like
say.
like summer Schleppville.
Yeah,
I was-
I mean, what big fights? But what we've taken maybe some moons,
Well, I was
a
gonna say,
soft
that's-
structure.
You took a whole region's worth of moons and you captured a station. I would call it like it's a war for sure. Like you've
Well,
seen
for down
space
there.
with
Well,
a
okay, they
fucking
took it-
shit ton
yeah,
of
they took it
fucking
up there.
Astra houses. You've taken a station and you've taken all the moons in one region.
Right. No. I mean, it's a war. It's just the
And
fact
it's had
that this
two
is kind of.
different 2,700 man fights already.
Yeah, I mean, this is like this is
We
kind
had
of
the
what
police
happens
action, I
now
like
with
that.
wars. Like, this isn't the first time it happened. I remember it's getting to be common where it's like you have like all hell drop loose for fucking 6 days, and after that, it's kind of like, all right, oh, we know what we've done now, and now what do we do?
But I mean, even the fleet sizes on both sides. I mean, look, and I recognize the Imperium is smaller today than it was back then. I recognize that other things are going on over the summer, and all that kind of shit. I mean, but even when you see the fleet, it's like, look, this is not major engagement kind of war. This is sort of like a, you know what? It's summer. Let's fucking do something because we haven't done something in for fucking ever as far as war is concerned. There's been a lot of farming and shit like that out there. But we know that winter's coming. So, you know what? Maybe we need to, like, gear into this a little bit.
You didn't say that, Ryan. Winter's coming.
Did you get a
It's
crow?
here.
I mean, you know, a crow came and said, hey, you know what? Those fucking, like, ice people are walking towards the fucking ice wall. It's like, yeah, whatever. I mean...
What do you think
You
this
know
war
what?
is
It's
about?
why I'm
You
kind
know
of
what
calling
thing
this
they could do to
the
improve
prelude
Sob Warfare?
war.
I was thinking about it the other day. They should, everything you and toast, every time you and toast a node and it pops, it explodes. So you should get a little kill mail for it. Now, if they did that, that would probably way more... Like, a lot of people put a lot of oomph in what they get a kill mail for. You could get motherfuckers to grind TCUs for days because when they blew up, you got a mail. All the Sob shit, you know, when it blew up, got a mail. If they put little mails out for all those little fucking things, so you could somehow take credit for all the times you sat there with your magic wand lit, fucking pointing it at the thing, like, I believe people would probably complain a lot less because the skirmishes that happen with it are fucking actually fun. I've been out dicking around in a rapier, like Daniel was doing, just fucking around in a rapier, waiting for shit to fuck around, killing it. A lot of the stuff that happens is small sub-cruiser, cruiser and undersize. Sometimes you get some battle cruisers. And then you get 150 fucking jackdaws on your Kronos, which is also cool.
Apparently, Kendar's calling me a PL Kiss ass graph rep.
Wow.
Daniel's always been kind of a kiss ass, though. It's like, look, it's not Daniel's fault. He's always just looking for a little bit of affection and stuff like that.
Exactly.
He would take it from other people too. Like, if you've got
Wow.
some affection to give to Daniel,
The
he'll be
Nanok
like,
guy said this is the PL Sob system. This is the crowdsourced Sob system. Like, the entire community complained that it wanted an activity-based Sob system that would allow the little guy to have a place in 0-0 that would reward you for living in your space. They shit this out for you. And,
fucking Pog is like, this is
but
the
it
place
was
to drink shots and kiss
definitely
PLS.
not like
That's not
people were
true.
like,
I'm gonna do a shot.
we don't want supers to have like as much to do with Sob, and they don't. Like, using a super to take Sob is dumb as fuck. Using a super to cover your fleet while your conventional fleet takes Sob, that's not so dumb. But that's actually what everybody always said. You should have to have subcaps to use your supers. Well, now that's totally possible. Like, the players asked for everything they got right now.
They did. Well, hold on. I mean, kind of the high level things that they asked for, they got. The implementation of.
Wait, Dirk, you just wait. Did Dirk get muted to anyone else?
God, CCP is literally a fucking genie.
Wait, hold on. Was it just me or did anyone else?
No,
get
he
Dirk?
cut
They
out for
went
like
quiet.
a full
They
minute.
went-
Nah,
they
he
went-
totally cut out.
I cut out for that long.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
You said now hold on, and then just start right from there.
Also, Daniel's a bit loud and Grath is a bit
Well,
low.
I turned Grath up
Okay.
when you told me that, and I turned Daniel down earlier. I can turn him down again if he needs
Nah,
to.
I can do it on that. Hold on.
Dirk, you were smited. You were smited by the Twitch lords.
Just
Yeah,
a little
exactly.
bit. I don't think you're too
Okay,
loud.
so
TeamSpeak shitted on
basically what I was saying with that whole idea of like what we asked for, be careful what you ask for in Eve because CCP is literally a fucking genie. If you're not really fucking specific about what it is you're asking for, you're not necessarily going to like the details of what it is that they give you. So in this case, when they talked about activity-based, right? Yeah, activity-based is part of this. Nobody ever asked for fucking wanding. Nobody ever asked for this crazy ass non-DPS shit. Okay, so it's like
Well,
be
you
really
guys called
specific.
it wanding. It's not wanding. It's
Stop
I mean,
wanding.
Well, it's what you've called it, but it is, if you look at it from science fiction terminology, it's connecting with higher technology than the Empire was capable of at the time. Like, it's not a rocket being shot at it with an explosion, but how come you can't imagine past explosion that you're doing something constructive? I think the kill mail is a good idea. If they can do it for little fighters, they should be able to do it for Sov stuff. But I mean, the fact that we call it wands and mining for Sob and stuff like that is, I mean, would it be any different if you were actually shooting ammunition into it?
You know what? I don't know what actually
I mean,
came
you are
first. If
shooting
this was the
surrounding
sovereignty
it, too.
system, if this was the sovereignty system that like came after Sov version 0 or whatever the pause-based system was, right? If we didn't have Dominion sovereignty prior to it, right? I don't know. Everybody might be like, "Oh shit, yeah, this is fucking great." We're doing this. People like shooting at stuff. They like putting damage on a goddamn target, and
like I said, I don't think it matters if it's damage. I think if it gives a mail at the end of it, it's the same. Like whether or not it's a Blu-ray that shoots out of your fucking ship,
just
or
one,
yeah,
just
Well,
one kill mail.
for the guy that
generally have,
entoses,
like, one
for every
Entosis
node
guy.
you entos.
But you
Right?
usually have like one Entosis guy running.
What?
Whereas like,
We had like 7.
well, on the same note.
No.
Well, you
No,
know,
no, like,
I love
like,
the mail
I mean, like,
idea
you have,
because
like-
it'll make.
Yeah, you have all the
Goon
different
Squad
nodes, but I'm saying like on the one
reimbursement really
node, and like you have the Entosis
Sure,
guy, then
and
you have
that
the
guy
fleet
gets the
guarding
mail,
him.
right.
But generally, when people are wanting to do Sov, they're all shooting the station, or they're all shooting whatever the thing was, and they all want the kill mail. But it's like now, if you give a mail for the Entosis, it's that one Entosis guy gets the mail, and all the guarding.
Yeah,
the
and then the
babysitting fleet
guarding
gets
fleet gets
nothing.
all the. Well, I mean,
And they
that's
get kill
not true
mails if they
either.
actually
Like,
defend them. But...
yeah, exactly. If things come around that are counter entosing you, they are what kills those. The Entosis ships are rarely very offensive in nature. Most of the time, they're
Right, yeah,
strictly
they're just, like,
defensive
full
to give
tank
a
with
fleet
Entosis.
time to response. Right? Yeah. So the response fleet gets all the mails throughout the day, and then the Entosis guys get a mail, even though they don't fucking show up. Even though they don't get to shoot at shit, they Blu-ray the thing to death, and they get a mail for it. I think that improves the situation for everybody. And like Matterall has a point, but it's still embedded in people's heads over the years. You get mail. You've always gotten mails for towers, tower mods, all the old Sov structures, and now
God, if
suddenly you get
Z-Kill
nothing.
died tomorrow and they stopped giving kill mails for anything, I'd be fucking happy. See,
Yeah.
Could you imagine
But-
that? Everybody
I
be
hate
like, oh my
kill mail.
god, I'm jonesing for my
fucking
kill
hate
mail.
kill
That's
Well,
funny.
but here's the thing, though.
But
It's
I
like,
understand
don't.
there's people that's like, why they wake up? I gotta get my kill mails, man.
But and that's
It's
fine
fine.
though. Like it's fine that like there's people like
It's
because
part of the disease.
I don't give a shit about kill mails, and so if Z-Kill and kill mails ended, I wouldn't care. But there's a lot of people that would, and so like there's no real reason to get rid of them.
No, there's not.
Because like
and
the
I
people that
understand
play
they're-
the game for the kill mails, why would you take away
Well,
their mode of gameplay?
You legislate them out, just like you've done with other things. You basically now shoot fighters, and so when somebody has 2,000 kills, half of them are fighters. Does it still have the same meaning?
Sometimes those fighters. Are
Oh my god,
more
now
than
Or
half the
you
excavator
get
shit.
drones.
fighters on your kill mails. I mean, like,
I mean, you
we've
kill a
amped
fighter
up,
that's
we've
more
amped
than a
up
Tech 1
everything.
frigate.
What I'm
Literally
saying
right
is that
now,
it's
if you
losing
throw
its
out a
own
dank
meaning.
meme to somebody in local, you get a dank meme mail.
Well, no,
But
I'm
that's
just
what
saying,
medals were for. We were supposed to reward each other for behavior that CCP couldn't imagine, right? We're supposed to give each other medals and give each other awards and honors and stuff like that. I don't think they've gone far enough with developing that. They kind of started it and left it there. But kill mails are a third-party thing. Like CCP doesn't put out official. They used to put out mails, then they put out kill reports. That's all in game. All the stuff that counts that stuff for
That's
you.
not true. That's not well.
all the kill
All the
mails
stuff
are
that
in-game.
counts it
All
for
the-
you outside that people look at, it's all third party. It's not.
No,
that's
that's
just
not true
third
because
party
the
that
kill
displays
mails
the
that they create
information.
in game are the same exact thing.
Right, right.
Who was on this kill mail?
There's no
That is
collection.
all out of the
But
game.
there's no record inside the
game.
game for like this is the pilot Matterall and these are all his kills. You
No,
can't
there
see
is. There's
No, wait, hold on. No, hold on. The
Yeah, I
individual
can't see
kill
that.
mail, yes. I don't think you cannot look in the game at the pilot Matterall and find out that.
Yeah,
you
if
know,
somebody, if I run across somebody in
Total,
LoSec
his
and I look
actions.
at him, I look up information on him,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
nothing about him except
Oh,
their
I see
corp
what you mean.
history and how long they've been playing. I can't see that they're an ace, that they've killed the last 25 of 50 people they targeted. There's no information like that to say I should be scared of this guy.
Yeah, but
there's
if you
only.
zoom in really close on their ship, don't they show the kill marks?
I suppose you're right.
Only if you got a killing blow,
Well,
and
right,
only if the
so,
ship
I mean,
survived.
like if
Yeah,
they're
it's,
an ace,
it's
I mean,
fucking killing blow. Like I'm gonna go out
yeah,
there. And,
I
like,
was misunderstanding. I thought you meant like there's no in-game
Did zero
kill mails you
damage
can look
kill
at,
marks
like
on
on
my
your own.
ship.
Like you can see your own log of kill mails, but you can't. Yeah, you're right. You can't look at another pilot and see theirs in game.
But this whole
about-
thing, I mean,
about
this is huge across the industry, though. People tracking, their kind of like, damage and all that kind of shit. And it's like,
But I guess
and Eve, it kind of
doesn't.
takes on it takes on a different fucking dimension, though.
But-
I mean,
but
this is a game that is not measured on your personal fucking
Right.
kill marks.
That was my next counterpoint to myself, of course, because I talk to myself all the time. Is that what the game's about? Do we have leaderboards? Like, is that the kind of game this is?
I don't think it would be a
Gratz
negative
ra-
thing to
I-
the game to have that though. But I think
measure
see,
my-
It's just not that game. How do you
sorry,
how
go
do you
ahead.
score? How do you score building an empire? How do you score that?
Yeah,
How do you
go ahead.
score?
I was just gonna say that I win by making Grath rage quit in open comms. That
Oh,
like
okay.
Fremen are out there.
Oh no.
We got the Quetzal Tatarek. We have taken over your stuff. and we will continue to do so.
Oh my God.
And
Well, that's
rating
not
how
very
you
fucking
build,
general.
rating how you
We've
do a
taken
building
over
an
your
empire
stuff.
is pretty easy, and that's just like time. You think about the alliances that died over the years, and you think about the ones that are still left that are prominent, right? Like the one, like RA. I mean, it may be, it's gone through like 40 different iterations of itself, but it's
AAA
still
around
known
too?
as the Russian fucking. Like that's the Russian Empire. That's part like a big part of the Russian Empire. Goonswarm, another one. It's been around for 10 plus years or whatever, 10 years maybe. I don't fucking know. It's been a long time at this point, right?
Yep.
And like it's known as what it is.
Dice Corporation's been around for 10 years.
Even fucking Test is creeping up on like Test can't really go like, oh, we're so young, because you're not. You're fucking geezed and old.
Have hair on your pits.
I think Tess has been around since I played the game, so.
The dinosaur has saggy balls at this point. He's getting that age. Like,
His voice dropped down a few octaves.
His little arms grew.
Alliances
See, he's
and
not
like
middle
building an
management
empire is
dino
different
anymore,
for
he's
each of those
management.
alliances, right? But like the fact that they control an empire in their sphere of influence is undeniable in almost every case, right? Like the Russians control, like RA controls a big portion of the Russian player base, like Solar controls some, and like
Yeah,
X does. Like those are your major, like they have an empire built in that. Like the same with like Snuffbox, the Lesser Intense Shadow Cartel. I don't
You're
know.
right about that. All the people have been around and lasted and been tested by time and effort and whatever. But at the same time, CCP does show you who the biggest alliances are. If you look at the map, is it map or standings? I don't know. There's some place where you can in the game look and see who the biggest alliances are, either by
Dotland
members.
shows you too.
What's that?
Dotland shows you too. Dotland will tell you, like, you can see who the biggest players are by number of members, number of corps, space they've held, fucking.
Yeah, but I'm
spaces
saying
they
like,
held.
what did CCP develop in order for us to look at ourselves and say, oh, this is where we are. This is how we rate.
The show
Well, they
info
provide
window.
the data.
Yeah, that's not much there for a person, but
the
for
show info window is kind of rough, right? Like,
Yeah.
like the way to view the top or older alliances in the game through the game interface is shit, for sure. You have to hear something somewhere in some form of in-game news, which, like, they do in weird sporadic little bursts, right? Like for a little while, you'll get all this cool shit about like during World War B, like you were getting little news bites and shit like that or whatever. Like all every once in a while, y'all got mad about it, but I thought it was fucking cool because that's how I found out about the war between Goonswarm and Band of Brothers a long time ago. While I was still, sitting around an Empire, there used to be these columns of news bites down the right side of the screen, and I mean, I read these things for 3 months before I finally realized. These are real fucking people. These are real players. This is news that's actually going on in 0-0, and that's how it got me interested to want to go the fuck out there.
ISD used to do that too. Sorry, go ahead.
Right, but like they do it in little spurts. Like sometimes they'll do it, and then for a while they won't do shit at all, and then like something will do. Like I feel like they should be doing it right now. Like that's how you get people
why?
from Empire to 0-0 for sure.
It's because it's one guy. It's one guy that decided to do it. He ran with it. And when he stops running with it, I think there's nobody else to pick it up and run with it. And I think CCP works like that. There's a lot of pet projects, and I bet Scope is kind of a pet project of 1 or 2 people. I'm not sure about that.
We should take a community meth donation and send it to that guy so that he's just got like all the time in the world to just
Community
turn it out.
meth?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Sure.
That's probably needed.
I was like, hold on. I was gonna wait till he got done talking, but I was like, wait a second. Did you say community?
Anybody to blow themselves
Wait,
up,
are
like,
we-
sending him a
videos a day?
donation.
Are we wanting this guy to
was
do like a
thinking coffee,
15-hour
but we
stream
really,
or something? Or?
Yeah, we really want him to be just awake for a month. I think.
Can't we give the meth to the guy who does fucking Sov? Who gives a fuck about all this other shit you're talking about? Fix Sov first.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wait, I did want to say that
Sov is going to be fixed. I mean, does anybody here think that this
That's what you
sovereignty
say,
system
so-
is not going to fucking
You know
die
what?
once
Then-
they get everything in place with
Mark,
the structures?
Wait, real
Oh,
quick,
this is the best
Daniel.
sob system ever. It's perfect.
Real quick, Daniel. I think you may have turned your mic down too low because I can't hear you very well. So basically, put it in between where it was originally and where you turned it down to.
Just put it back up to where you were, Daniel. Sound like a man.
Come on,
anyway.
turn up your mic.
Anyway, I'm gonna do Avalon. Just showed up in chat, so I'm gonna do Avalon shots. Why not?
Oh, hold on, while you do a
Fuck's
shot.
sake, is that better,
Avalon.
Dirk?
No,
Yeah, man. You
Oh,
sound like
so
a
loud.
fucking
Tiny
bro
bit
right now.
down. Tiny bit down from that.
That's so beta.
A bro who
Fucking
transitioned
shots
like
was
last
beta.
week.
Oh,
Let me
man,
just say
Beta.
that-
What happened to Beta? Where'd he go?
Hold on a second.
Go ahead. Sorry, man.
Yeah. Aerox corrected me, or actually added to the information I was trying to give. You can look and see what the best alliances are. Well, by
It's Avalon,
game
who
standards.
doesn't drink.
By in-game, you can look at Corp Alliance tab to figure out who has the most members. No, that's not what I was thinking about. There's something else. I think it's. I'll find it and then I'll tell you.
CCP provides an enormous amount of data, right? That is one of the things they do. And yes, they do have some metrics in the game that you can like see and things like that. But for the most part, they have left that to the players. And what the players have dictated is that things like kill boards and things like that matter. Shit like Dotland and being able to show what systems have fallen and whatnot matters.
Dirk, I got an example for you. And I'm gonna, what do you call it, invoke World of Warcraft again. But basically what happened with their UI development was that they allowed some third-party development on it, and then people did things like raid frames and that kind of stuff. And they kind of showed them what was the most important to the people that were playing the game when it came to UI dev. And then they kind of took it on themselves, and they didn't do it as good as these third-party things for a long time, but now they do have like in-game raid frames that are just for that first level of content, like that first level of raid content.
Can we go back to the sub thing for a second? You said they were gonna get it right, Dirk. What makes?
That's like saying Venezuela's
do not
gonna
fucking
get
misquote me.
communism right.
I did not say that they're going to get it right. What I said was, do you think this current SOV system is going to live past when they ultimately say, we're done with structures? I don't believe it is. I believe that we will have a new sovereignty system that is based on something else, okay, than what this current fucking Fozzie-Sov shit. Yeah, it might be magic at that point. It might be like literally fucking cast stuff, but whatever. I mean, it'll be different than this. I'm going to tell you right now, Fozzie-Sov will not... I'm going to call it right now. Fozzie-Sov will not exist in 2019.
Okay, you're wrong.
Yeah, they probably won't even
Yeah,
be on the structure.
2019. It's a long fucking time from now. 2019.
They have like a lot of that assumes that they get things like POSes and station out of the game in 2018, right? Like because that's all in front of fixing the SOV system because they're happy.
Winter, right?
No.
Pauses will be gone by April 2018.
I'll be shocked if they're gone before November of next year.
Well, they've
I'll
been,
be super stunned.
I don't know about stations in like
once they get rid of pauses, that's it. We're on to the next fucking iteration.
I don't know about
though.
NPC.
So it's like whatever you want to call it. That's why I said 2019.
Well, hold on. I don't know about NPC stations, but they've been telling people like giving them warnings about like nullsec like player owned outposts that they're going to eventually be swapping them out to faction Fortizars or something or faction Fortizars.
Yes, that's the real war that's coming in the fucking winter.
Right, and so stations will be phasing out soon. Not all of them, obviously, because the NPC ones are going to still be there. But
by the way, I found it. It is under corporation. The last tab is alliances. There's a sub-tab called rankings. That's where it was. If you check on it.
So you needed a Dora the Explorer treasure map and a fucking pickaxe to get at the motherfucker.
I had to turn the game on to talk about it.
Si, senor. That means yes, sir.
That's a thing that Grath doesn't get credit for. And I was going to, at some point, I want to interview you and really talk about the poet side of you. Like, you remind me of, this kind of sound, actually, I'm just going to say it. You remind me of, like, the Marlon Brando of Eve, because there's that.
Right at the end of Apocalypse Now? Or
no, not that Brando. I'm talking about Streetcar Named Desire Brando.
Oh, not Godfather.
Such a physical in a voice, right? He conjures up such a physical presence that you don't look past that to see actually how poetic the guy actually is.
What about Island of Dr. Moreau, Marlon Brando?
No, that's like overripe.
He turns us all into toasted salts.
Yeah.
Well, he's got you.
Or super cat balls, depending on the day that he wakes up.
Yeah, he'll push the button on his little pad to shock you.
You know, you people who listen to this can disagree, but I think that's completely like I think Boat has a very sensitive and thoughtful side, but I think Grath has a very poetic side that isn't really listened to. Look at the stuff he comes up with. Even yesterday when he was getting mad at.
Okay, we got our.
What?
Sorry.
Where did that come from? The side.
$50.
Oh, never mind. Oh,
sorry, we got our Wolf Glen donation that rolled in tonight.
Oh. Damn, you know what that means?
$50 for
number one.
Lawn
I don't know if he
service.
hooked you guys up while I was away, but
You know what?
That's,
what
that's
we
worth
can't-
looking into, isn't
what
it?
we can't.
I don't know if he was there for you while I was away, but I'm gonna be honest. Fucking Wolf Clan is a top
Yeah, Wolf
notch
Glen is
fucking
so
ninja.
I think that follows you, Dirk.
now we're not doing shots for donations. Dirk is actually just on his own volition decided he just wanted to pound on the ball.
Bullshit. I just sucked out of the fucking nip.
Yeah. I mean, like, sometimes you just gotta suck a nip. And yeah, I
Because
feel
number
like
one,
this
I
is
don't give a
shot.
shit. You can just say at this point, Wolf Glen come through with $5, and I think I still might hit the fucking nip because
think
I know
Wolf
that
Glen
guy
is-
comes through strong when
I
Wolf
think
Glen.
Wolf Glen has out donated everyone else on this entire show for the last year. I wouldn't doubt it. I would.
See, we might actually, like, at some point, as Inimical is saying here, we might actually need a Wolf Clan avatar. Like, to just
Yeah.
throw up there and be like,
That is not a
bitches
bad
be
idea.
like Wolf Glen.
That is not a bad
What
idea.
And if you can't be like Wolf Glen, be like
Try.
50 of you get together
I'm
and be
tempted.
like a group of Wolf Glens.
I'm tempted to make like a BTTV emote for my channel for that. Like that, Wolf Glen's in my corp, so I'll talk to him and I'll be like, "What would you like as an emote?" I'll make the emote and then
Wait,
I'll
Wolf
see
Glen's
if
in your corp?
Yeah, he's in MPX with me.
Yeah,
Talk about
he's
his
multiplex
ass,
with the multiplex.
Yeah, and Urzula
Well,
is with it.
you know what,
as
dude?
well.
I'm not. Look,
I didn't
look,
know that.
I am never gonna say that I was not born to be a whore. Okay, look, God did not bless me with the fucking attributes to actually be a whore.
Yeah, you don't
right?
have the titties,
But
so you have to get drunk. I get it. You have to drink.
you can buy me. You
Horse
can
can be
lease me
bought.
for the
Everyone
night.
can be
You can
bought.
rent
I
me
mean-
for an hour. Whatever the fuck it is. It's like, look, I believe in money. I believe that money fucking talks.
Will you dance? Will you dance one time in
Hey,
Vegas?
yeah. Vegas
no,
is just around the
I
corner.
won't do it on fucking Twitch because fuck all these free loading motherfuckers getting it. Okay, but like in private,
Nice.
Maybe-
like you want to like get
Maybe
a
you could just
contract together.
you could just show the feet.
So I'm just saying, like,
That private chatterbait
I'll
show
get a
is
hold of
going
him. I'll be like, I'll find him in corp chat. I'll be like, hey man, what do you want for an emote? I'll make it BTTV, and I'll get a hold of Skeptic and
Wow, that
see
was
if
a really
I can.
big fucking hit off
see
that
if I
fucking
can,
Tito's
like,
bottle. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get a hold of Skeptic and be like, hey man, you're allowed to authorize 5 shared BTTV emotes. You should put this one on the channel. I'll see if I
Well,
can.
I'm gonna be honest. Look. I want to tell people out there right now that look, my lifestyle is not the one that you want to lead. Okay, look. During the day, I am
Welcome,
your
Orange.
normal, average fucking finance person and kind of shit like that. But I'm gonna be honest. When I'm on this show, okay, it's like holy shit, fucking beer and vodka and
It
cigarettes
turns
and
into the Wolf of Wall Street.
now.
Leonardo
look,
DiCaprio here.
He's your
During the
normal
day-
mild
during
mannered
the day,
finance
butter
guy
and
that sits on a
bacon.
beach with
Butter
his
and
wife
bacon is
talking
my
about the
fucking
next
god.
wife as she walks by. You fuck.
If Tito's will come out with a butter and bacon fucking flavored bottle of vodka, I'll roll all over that. But it's it's like I just want you to know this is not me during the day. I just like it's not me
Don't
during
lie,
the
Derek.
day.
Don't
During the
stop
day,
lying,
he's in a
Derek.
bathrobe.
I am in
Sitting
the
and play-
bathrobe during the
sitting
day,
and
but
playing
like that's only so I can like I don't know.
See, CCP, I
scrub
will
my
got your
leg.
name, Dirk. He says, the Dirk of Wall Street. There we go.
Oh, that'd be good.
Anyways, look, this war in the North, I actually want to call one of two things. Either the war of diversion, because I believe they are diverting everybody in the North from what they're actually doing in the fucking West. It is the West,
Oh,
right? East,
yeah.
West,
Yeah.
West, the West. Okay, look. They've snagged up Syndicate. At some point, we may actually have. I'm gonna call it right now, the Battle of Veii. But they've snagged up a bunch of fucking moons out there and shit like that. We're gonna deal with that when the fucking time comes. But the North is a fucking diversionary force. You guys are lesser people because you're a diversionary force.
Damn.
I feel bad for that. I don't mean that against you, but
Wow, that shot really destabilized your brain.
oh my god, it
He's
fucking
like
totally
turning
fucking
the storm rattle.
hold on,
Come on.
hold on.
He's
It
like
did-
80%
no, it
of the way to Mexico
destabilized my
Dirk
voice.
already.
It destabilized my voice. However, my brain is still intact.
You're still
Um,
thinking, yeah.
Drayden, did Wolfglen
But-
just tip $50 again?
Shut
oh my
the
God,
fuck
yeah.
up, Wolfglen, motherfucker.
I had Discord up. I'm gonna watch it on the stream. I think I heard the donation button sound thing, so I think he did.
Go on. I'm not rolling on a sound. However, this is still a piss poor war. Would you people please bring your fucking shit against a war?
It's not a war, dude.
Hey, man.
We've already
It's
went
not a
over this.
war. We know it's not a
police
war.
action.
Stop piss pouring
I
on
like
it's a
that.
war.
This is the
Stick with that.
Imperium Strikes.
That's what I'm
okay?
saying.
This is the most glorious of wars. Okay, we're fighting it guerrilla style, and you're taking it all
You're
over
not a
your
guerrilla
PL
though, bro.
faces.
You called it a war, Dirk. I just said it isn't a war.
No, I know, but Pox is literally coming in here right now tonight to be the boat surrogate for.
Hell yeah.
This is a fucking. We're gonna dirty war you.
Yeah, I think
Even
it
the
was
word
definitely
dirty.
another 50
When I
from
left, I
Wolfman.
sat there and said, "What did that motherfucker mean by dirty war?" And literally, what we found out was they literally had no definition for fucking dirty. They were just trying to rally the troops, which I totally understand. I'm good with. I'm fine with. I think that what the Matani does when he puts out his fucking war rattles, I think it's great for Eve, for those people who don't listen to A, this show, and B, other things.
He put out an update too, by the way, not just the.
No, I
State of
know,
the
I know,
Union,
but he didn't define what fucking dirty war means because he knows it doesn't mean shit.
Well, dirty war means. Well, I'll tell you what. From the NC side, we're headshotting the fuck out of their FCs. Like,
That's not dirty though. We've all fucking shot
I know.
FCs like
I
they're
know,
goddamn
but-
curmudgeons.
but that's
I
kind of
mean,
one of those dishonorable
curmudgeons?
things.
Some of us go so far as to set
Curmudgeons.
the Alliance orange and then go through and set all the FCs specifically red so they're easy to see on the
Oh,
overview.
we would never do that.
But I mean, I
we
wouldn't
would
have
never
nothing
do that,
about
Graf.
that.
What are you talking about?
That's advanced Eve right
Motherfuckers.
there. That's advanced Eve.
I have not ran a fleet in like 3 years. You can unred me and just leave me the fuck alone.
Matterall, let's be honest though. I would fight NC by themselves, but you guys never come by yourselves. You get smacked around by us, and then you gotta bring PL.
Yeah, but
I
us
get
is
it.
not like you're like, hey, why don't your one alliance come fight my 7?
Yeah, even if it was
Well,
just
Well,
good.
Sounds
Daniel,
kinda
you
dumb,
just gotta
right?
call them Pam Fam. You know,
Like
'cause
if
that's
you
what
if
they
you
are.
were like,
That's
why
not
won't
the-
fucking NC dot come fight TNT? Like nobody would really take you seriously. Or like even like why wouldn't like NC dot just come fight Goons for him while the rest of this thing? But you're like, hey, you one guy, why don't you go over there and whip this basketball team's
But see,
ass?
Greth, we're a coalition. Like we're like a signed in blood kind of thing. The thing you got going on with NC and MC and all that stuff. I mean,
If
it's
that's
still
the
like
case, you should all join
I
one
don't know.
alliance, right?
It's like a bunch of
shouldn't you just all be one corps and
barbarians
Goons
out
for
in
them?
Germany. You know.
Well,
back
it's an
in the-
interesting-
back in
it's
the
an-
medieval days.
It's interesting what holds groups together. I think Graf nailed it, right? You can't. This isn't jousting where we just say like, "Come on, I'll take the 4th grader on as an adult." That's not going to
Right.
happen.
Okay, we're catching that a lot right now. It's like PL won't fight the Imperium by itself. Well, no fucking shit. There's 2,600 of us. There's 30,000 of you. Come on.
It's just not. Yeah.
Never mind the fact that half of us are hilariously losing more falls and supers and delve.
Well, not half, but you definitely have some rich guys that are getting their. They're
People
getting
who are-
picked off.
They're too
We're all
dumb to
rich.
follow
This is
You know,
fucking
instructions.
Eve. Quit
you know,
pretending
that's-
you're fucking
that's not-
rich because you're not rich. You're just middle class.
See, yeah, I was gonna say the guys that are out, ratting and in the Rourke and stuff. Those guys are middle class. You don't see any of the rich people out there doing that. shit.
Literally, all you people who think you're
Come on,
fucking
Grove.
rich
If
are
you're going to
literally-
say we have any depth,
Yeah.
can we have the whole team, not like half? Why would we go for half?
Hey, I'd like to say my man Corin Marr I guess he's got some images inside of This Week in Eve, so that's pretty cool. He's got a great artist, that
Cool.
guy.
Very cool.
It's kind of what's sad about the whole thing about how rich are you in Eve? Who gives a shit? The only money you need in Eve is that which it takes for you to do what you're doing in Eve. All these other people literally are gonna die in their fucking beds at home, knowing that they had 6 trillion fucking ISK. Who gives a shit? You were a video game fucking loser who on the day the game died had whatever.
Yeah, I actually don't want to be that good at Eve, because then it kind of shows, like, that I wasn't that good at life.
Exactly.
That's an awesome way to look at
But
it.
but see, that's the problem though. Is the guys that are good at Eve are good at life too. It's kind of like
that's a
when
good
you're
point.
when you're high performing, you're like good looking, and you're good at business, and you're good at you got a great
Yes, you're
family
And
life.
people like
Anthony
me.
Scarra
Got
fucking
everything.
Moochie of Eve. I mean, like, honestly, really?
And
How
you have
did
a
we get
pig
here?
earring.
Yeah, man.
Is there
Well-
not a fucking like Eve Scaramucci right now? Like, has anybody fucking created that? Can you do a search on Scaramucci and tell me? Is there some rich motherfucker out there who's like, fuck yeah, I'd like dick this goddamn market hard, and I'm out 2
Yeah,
weeks later.
there actually are a couple of guys that say that, or think that.
For you as a player of Eve, though, you as a player of Eve, do not follow these fucking like transient. I'm sorry, I can't even fucking say trans anymore. Without
you were going weird places with that real fast, weren't you?
Wait, hold
No,
on.
exactly.
somebody.
It's like I've got to like use full words now or get like cradled
Is-
later. But
Is that milk?
no, I just got a little bit of fucking head of my beer.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Fuck yeah, bro! This is like no lactose, full
Dude,
blow.
he's got
Fucking
no
He's got the milk from
lactose
the
full
Carrabba
blow.
milk bar in a
That's
Clockwork
not
Orange.
milk.
He's going deep.
That's a. I won't even go into it. I don't even remember.
He's got
what this-
Maloco Plus.
Wait. Maybe I can use a
Anyways,
British. Is that
these people
spunk?
that are always out there fishing for their fucking isk. I'm sorry. It's like, look, you
I'm gonna
get
shot.
what you fucking need to play the
Did you just
goddamn
these
game
pe-
the way
did
you
just
want to
these
fucking
people,
play
though?
it.
I'm gonna do a
Yeah,
shot,
I did
'cause,
say
I'm
these
thinking
fucking
of-
people.
I'm thinking
These
about Wolf
fucking
Glen.
people. Believe me, we are way beyond fucking Ross Perot 1992 with fucking these people. I got one big shot
I don't
left
know
to
where
do,
we
and
were
I'm sorry.
going,
I'm gonna
alright.
save it.
Oh, I
You know,
know.
Tito's is a supporter of NPR, Dirk.
Are they?
Well, they're a supporter for
man.
like dogs that haven't gotten through, and they're like big on the whole fucking
they
like
still have yet
animals
to
left behind scene.
recognize this show. I think.
Send him a mail.
I think Dirk
The
did actually
power.
one time.
Yeah, a couple
And
times.
they're like, "Oh my god, you guys are way too drunk for us. Can't
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it."
yeah, you guys are.
We
Not
support
responsible.
responsible drinking, and you guys.
We'd get
You're
demonetized
not
on
responsible.
YouTube.
Goddamn, fuck me. Yeah, we just get shut down.
But I do want to say this. Look, public service message at the time when we have our like high point of listeners. We've got 49 days until
What public?
E-Vegas. The tickets went out for sale this past week. This past Monday, I believe it was, for the the pub. It's not the pub crawl. It's like the pub lounging in a way. It's like, look.
Can't even
If you want to
remember
be a badass mofo, fucking hanging out with the fucking Eve crowd,
Did I buy one?
out at the pool bar
It's
and
like a
shit like
pub-
that at our hotel, and then go on the big giant fucking Ferris wheel, and then go to the other place. What is it, Virgil's Barbecue? And like get totally drunk with us before we go back to whatever shithole fucking bar we're gonna be in late at night. You should buy your ticket. I'm gonna tell you right now, buy your fucking ticket. I bought my ticket. I have ticket number 3
You got the third
and
one
4.
and the fourth one.
Well, no, I don't actually have that, but I'm just saying it
Ain't
now,
nobody
like
like
just
you
to
an
make
after
people
party.
think that I bought
Oh.
super quick.
I-
But
Well, you were in the first wave, though, right?
I was
I was gonna
totally
say,
in the
I
fucking
can't
first
remember
wave.
it.
As soon as
I
I
don't-
saw the tweet, I was like, bang, bang, boom, Visa.
I can't.
You know what's funny? I said I'm not going
Because
next year.
this show has done 2 things. Okay, 2 things. Number 1, last year their fucking pub crawl was a fucking dick crawl. Okay, it was a bunch of fucking
Oh,
nerds
come
that
on.
were
It's not a pub crawl.
assholes. It was totally shitball. Okay,
Come on.
but they listened to the people. And we have gone back to, you know what? Look, we're gonna go to a bar. We're gonna get fucking drunk,
got it.
and then we're gonna get on a big giant Ferris wheel. This is what, 2014, 2015. And then we're gonna go to another bar, get fucking drunk, and then come back to and pay for like drinks. Okay, I mean, this might be, they're totally limiting the level of transportation that we need, and that's good. That's totally positive.
No, I love the fact
Nobody
that it's
wants to
all,
walk
it's
while
all
drunk.
local. I did not get it. There's a fucking like gnat right.
Stop it!
You're saying
Kill it,
things.
Miyagi.
I
John
did
is-
get it. I got that time. I
49 days. Go out and buy your fucking ticket. I'm gonna link it in the goddamn like Twitch chat. Whatever.
You know, it's funny. At the end of last E-Vegas, I thought, well, the first one I did, I was working. The second one I did, I was working because I was interviewing people like Lady Scarlet, which was awesome. But at the end of that one, I was like, you know what? I'm never coming again. This is like, 3 days in Vegas and all the money that goes along with it. This is it for me. And then they said, E-Vegas tickets on sale. The next thing I know, I had a ticket in a hotel room. Like, it's just automatic.
Exactly.
What have you done?
Yeah, like I don't know what came over me, but it was
I think it was my first my first Vegas that we did the whole link tour, the whole link bar crawl, and we literally went to these bars that were not equipped for what it was we were doing. But we went on the high roller. The high roller is the big giant Ferris wheel, and came down off of that. Drayden, you remember that night? We did not even go to the final bar that we had on our fucking ticket.
We actually
were like,
skipped
fuck
the
it,
last
we're hungry,
2 or
let's
3.
go get some Mexican.
Yeah, no, we skipped the last 2. I think we skipped.
And then they got
This
me.
year, if Matterall comes, I'm gonna skip
You'll
whatever
have
the
your
last
Mexican.
thing is and go. Let me go find a Mexican and look for him.
No, we actually because the first pub crawl was hands down like the best thing they've ever done as far as pub crawls because there was so many stops, but they were all in walking distance. We actually got lost, our group. The funny thing is, like, it was me, Dirk, Shadow and Light, and this is before we even knew who
Shadow
he
and Light.
was. Like, this is like
Oh,
the
yeah.
guy was like he just introduced himself as Artie, and so we're like, oh, it's Artie. Like, this is some guy that plays Eve. And it wasn't until like 2/3 of the way through the night that we found out that it wasn't actually until the high roller. When we were on the high roller, he's like, "Yeah, I play Eve." They're like, who's your name in Eve? He's like, "Shadow and Light." We're like, "Oh, it's fucking Shadow and Light."
We lost by Artie Abaddon.
Yeah. So like we were hanging out with this guy the whole time, didn't know who he was, even though like he was the FC of our group for a long time. But we got lost because we got lost from the group, and this guy was like, "It's this way." And, like, we just started following this guy for like through a bunch of buildings, into the outdoor area, into another building, through some areas. He asked security guard, we're like, okay, he's asking for directions, and then the security guard pointed. He's like, okay, it's over here, and we followed him, and then he ends up going into a bathroom. He literally was looking for a bathroom, and we followed him the whole way, thinking he was showing us where the next bar was.
Damn.
It was
No,
so
seriously.
good, but
E-Vegas, okay? The last couple of years, okay? The pub crawl was different. First, the pub crawl went downtown, which is fine. Okay, that was cool.
Yeah.
We went through some, like, little bars and whatnot. It's, like, fine. After the second, third bar, literally, if you're not fucking lit by then, I'm sorry. And now you're just fucking touring, and you should have been on a different fucking tour. But last year, when they did that whole fucking arcade thing, it was like, blow this shit the fuck off. This year,
it's back.
we're
to
gonna
actual
get lit the fuck up. We're gonna get lit beyond fucking lit. And if you don't know how to deal with like Eve players who are fucking lit, don't come to this. Do not buy a fucking ticket. I'm gonna say this right now. Because we're going to get lit the fuck up,
Well,
and
at
then
least
we're
in
going to go
our
on a
group.
big giant Ferris wheel where, like, about the midpoint of the top, I'm going to have to fucking, like, take a piss, and I hope there's some place to take a piss, which there's not.
There's not. Well,
but
the thing is, like, I would say go in the corner, but there's actually literally no corner.
There's
because
no corner?
It's a sphere. It's a sphere. So where do you go? Whatever you do, it's
you know what? I
unsymmetrical.
don't know. We're going to find out this year because my bladder got smaller.
Well, you can like whoever gets a beer bottle.
Oh, I need people with containers to come on.
I hope Skeptic Nerd Guy gets to go. It's on and off for him, but hopefully his Navy
yeah.
But
captain is.
then we're going to get off of that, and we're going to go to fucking Virgil's Barbecue,
Was
which
he at
is
the Las
right
Vegas?
there
I
in the
think I met
fucking
him at the Las
promenade.
Vegas.
He was. He's great. Yeah. he
Yeah,
had the
okay,
little
yeah.
derby on.
I did meet him at the Las Vegas.
We're gonna get off that, and then we're gonna go to Virgil's Barbecue, which is in the promenade. And I'm gonna be
There's
honest.
food there.
Number one, it's fucking Virgil's Barbecue.
I was saying, it's called barbecue,
hold on,
there's gotta
it's
be
not
food, right?
included in your fucking
I
$87
will
or
pay whatever they
$89
want.
ticket.
I just want some sausage, Jimmy.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
We are gonna
Time to
we are-
move on.
We are going to seriously grab a bunch of barbecue shit and maybe end up in my bed where I've got barbecue all over me.
Yes.
Because that is the
I think I saw
fucking
that
thing.
video.
I will
Yeah,
end the
that's-
fucking
that's the
night
thing,
with
yeah.
barbecue all over me.
Hey, Graf, did that sound like a metaphor to you? He's gonna grab all the sausage, put it in him, and then he's gonna have barbecue sauce all
right.
over him.
Sounds like Dark Tuesday night.
yeah. Well,
It's Tuesday, bro.
This is nothing.
God damn, Daniel.
Daniel, don't you know?
So this is what
Apparently
Vegas is
not.
like in this room now.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty
see, the
much.
sad thing is
Even
it's not gonna be
reading
during,
what they
what
wrote
do you
out
call it,
there,
Halloween.
even reading what they wrote. Hold on, I want to go to what they wrote.
Yeah, you know what? It's going to be interesting because they're moving locations, and I think that last location kind of run out of steam. I don't know. Maybe it was me, but this new hotel that actually got flooded and cars got flooded, so maybe it's not the best hotel. I don't know. Offers a whole new experience for people who have gone before. So, kind of looking forward to that.
All right, so Here's what they wrote. What's it all about? The Friday Night Pub Crawl has been an indispensable part of the eVegas conference for years. Many memorable stories, blah, 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 blah. The format of the event that has varied year on year. Last year, it took the form of a pub and pinball night. Fuck that shit. Boom. Okay. This year, we returned to the link, but having listened to your comments and response via our annual eVegas survey, we've decided to make the event more about, highlighted here now, socializing and drinking, less about going from place to place. Exactly. Thank you very much for understanding your customers. That this is about socializing and drinking, and less about... You know what? We're just too lazy to walk to places.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think they realized too that that your average Eve player isn't exactly like, you know, I don't know, got a family of 4 that they're going along with them. And fit too.
Unfit people can walk the distance that's required there. We're not walking miles. We're walking.
Doesn't matter, man. When you're
X
obese,
distance.
walking-
I mean,
And
it's
I
not
don't
to say
X
that-
is
Have you ever
X
seen
is
some of
right.
these motherfuckers?
Cronenberg says it right here. He says it's a crawl.
Shots.
Hold on. And that's what's so fucking cool about this is, look, you
That's
will
right, you're gonna
literally
be
be able
crawling back
to
to your
walk to
fucking
where
room.
we're going, and you can crawl back right to your fucking room. This is not about you catching a
Well,
fucking bus back
not Drayden.
afterwards or any of that stuff.
Drayden gets lost in the mall and has to get escorted by the police back to his room.
That's true. Well, I'm fine with that if I don't go to the hospital.
Walk to it, crawl the fuck back.
Drayden gets an ambulance to take him.
You
Or
know,
if you're not into that shit, just hang out where we're gonna eventually end up being when we come back, because there's only a handful of bars and we haven't like totally scouted this shit out yet, you know, as to where people are mainly going to fucking hang out at eVegas, which again, as I say, is 49 days. 47 if you're like a fucking veteran, but 49 for the rest of you motherfuckers. All right. There will be a main bar that people are at.
Yeah,
And we
that's
will
all
be back there.
fucking
Even the
Vegas
people
needs.
that are on the pub crawl will be back there.
It'll probably be O'Shea's, isn't that? Isn't that the Irish pub there?
It'll probably be O'Shea's. Yeah, that's what I assume.
Not a real Irish pub if it doesn't let bar fights. One.
Well, you know, they've got like, you know, beer pong and shit
I
like
was gonna
that.
say,
No,
I'm
it's
sure
not a
O'Shea's
real
has
fucking
like-
Irish pub. It's a
I'm
Vegas
sure,
Irish pub.
I'm sure O'Shea's has had their fair share of fights.
So yeah, 49 days from today. If you do not have your ticket, look, I think it's limited to 220. So please, look, I know that like different alliances and whatnot have their, have their own version of pub crawls and shit like that. I'm gonna be honest. Last year, I would have told you to go on your alliance's fucking pub crawl. This year, I think you might actually want to come on the real one. I skipped last year. Last year was fucking dog shit asteroids, okay, and pinball machines, okay. But this year, I'm gonna tell you right now, we're gonna get wrecked like motherfuckers.
I think the
Yeah,
problem
those
for
of us who
PL
don't
dudes
drink
is like the pub crawl is during our dinner. So nobody ever buys a ticket. Like,
Well, that
there's
was
100
last year.
people at our dinner. I think it's the same this year too.
Who the
Is the PL dinner Friday night?
Yeah.
Then yep. I actually
Friday
went to
night
the-
all-
Where are you guys going this year?
We go to Fogo de Chao, I think, every year. I'm not sure if they're going back this year. I'm not going, so I didn't check it. But like,
Yeah,
that's,
last
I
year-
love eating there. Fuck.
Last year, I actually, it was funny because I was in the same boat as Doug. It's like I don't want to go to the Pinball Hall of Fame and just sit in the same place all night and get a few beers. Like that's not a pub crawl to me. So I actually went to the PL dinner, and not the.
There's like
not-
100 people.
I did not go to the Imperium dinner. I went to the PL dinner, and
There was a lot of fucking people.
It was
Yeah,
the same
there was a lot
place,
of people
so
there,
you,
yeah.
you didn't miss anything.
It was the same place, but it's just kind of funny because like I'm looking around, like I think I'm the only Imperium guy in this whole room.
I was an NC guy, and I went to the Goons one because I work for INN, and that was
Well, yeah, because you have your dick in Matani's ass.
that was impressive. Like
Yeah, he was. Matterall was
Just-
down from the same
just-
table as us. All
that's
the
just-
Bastion
It's alright.
Ninjas guys
It's
were all-
alright, Matterall.
That's
It's
just
like,
not
relax.
true.
Just keep
Yeah,
our.
it's
that's just not true. But
Fogo
yeah,
de Chao is like an emotional roller coaster if you've never got to eat there, by the way.
It's
like,
too
at
much.
First, you're so happy to see a man with meat on a stick, and then later you're
Yeah.
terrified of the man with meat on a stick.
It's too much. I'm gonna be honest.
You
It's
get
like,
the-
look,
you
if you're
get the
looking to
meat
go and
sweats.
pay fucking $80 to gorge yourself, it's like that's what I want to do on a normal night. It's not what I want to do on a night where I want to drink for another 8 hours after
Is that place that's inside the Miracle Mile or whatever?
No,
Nope.
it's not.
No,
there's
it's like
standalone.
way off the fucking strip.
Yeah,
It's
Oh,
like-
okay. There's another one like that too. The exact same thing, but like yeah.
It was like an 8-block walk back, so you could
Yeah,
walk
it
off
was-
the meat that
we-
you
we
fucking
took
ate.
You
Uh,
could not walk shit back. We were out there
we-
taking a fucking picture, going, "Please God, give me a ride."
Yeah, we took a cab out
I
there.
want
And we
that.
took we like someone else called an Uber and like they didn't want it, and like all of a sudden we walked in like, is this Uber
Swarmed
open?
it like Somali on rice.
Yeah, we just like He's like, okay, the people that called me aren't here. We're like, is this Uber open? Can we like jump in the back and pay you money to take us back to the hotel? He's like, yeah. We're like, oh fuck, we got a ride.
I think it cost me $1.20 to get a fucking Lincoln back from that shit. It's like, are you serious? It's like, whatever, fuck it, get me back to a bar.
Oh no, I found
Because
it.
we
It
were
was-
all out in the fucking parking lot at that point. It was like, oh, whatever.
No, I
Did
found
you
it.
go
It
to
was,
that?
it was Pampas in the Miracle Wild Brazilian Grill. That place, because like we found like a $40 all you could eat, and it was just like hell yeah. And at the end, it was like hell no. What have we done? So much fucking meat. It was delicious,
Yep.
but holy.
And you know
fuck.
what? I love a good meal like that, but honestly, not before I'm ready to like get my party
Yeah,
on.
like,
So it's like
we got back to the hotel. Like I had the full meat sweats going. Like I mean, if you don't know what the meat sweats are, eat at Fogo de Chao. I'm telling you that right now. Like,
there
you-
was some
you-
serious meat coming out in a
you-
skewer.
you get the
I'm gonna
meat
tell you right now, you
sweats.
can't go wrong.
Yeah.
See,
Unless
I
you're
mean,
you're ready to like fucking like party out, drink out like the rest of the whole fucking night, which is Vegas. Like if you're done fucking eating at like 10:30 p.m. and you've got until 6 to like
yeah, just drown myself. That's what I did. Like I
Yeah.
ate all that red meat and then just went and drank till 4:30 in the morning.
Jesus, how do you do it?
Yeah.
he's Grath.
Yeah.
I mean, like
He's made of clay.
Me and Progot
oh,
were
man.
sitting playing roulette at like fucking 4:30 in the morning.
Did
Completely
Grath
shit
even
hammered,
hear about the
slumped
story
over
of
on
like
tables.
the 3 times I've ran up to random people and like it was like Grath?
Yeah.
Oh, you did
Like
hear
a lot
about
of people
that?
did it too. Somebody else.
Any guy
Somebody
with
else once said
hair.
somebody else like hugged somebody or some shit like that.
No, that wasn't me. But there was a guy that looked very like. Well, when you saw them face to face, it's like, oh, no, that's not Grath. But like when it's like, because I saw this guy like he had the same hair as you, the same like look like. When you saw like a rough side profile from a distance or like from behind, it's like that's Grath. And so I ran up there like, Grath, what's up? Oh hi.
Dude with a ponytail. No, dude with a
It's
ponytail
like,
is
oh,
not
he-
Grath.
he's like, I'm
You
not
have to
Grath.
go
I'm
up
like,
and
yeah, I
insult
know,
Grath,
I
see how
know,
he
you're
reacts
not
to you,
Grath.
and then
Oh, it was bad. It was so bad. I did that like I
Yeah.
think I did that to the same guy twice. Not in the same night, luckily, but like I think on multiple occasions. I think I did
Well,
that to the
hey,
same person.
No, this is what you got to do, Drade. Before he turns around, you got to say, "Hey, somebody in PL just lost a super capital off a gate."
Yeah, that wouldn't.
Let's see how you're at.
Rather than give
Yeah.
blows
Alright,
in
look.
Vegas.
Yeah, Dirk going up to bartender saying Matterall.
dude, don't
There
even
was
make me go
Matt
find the
Hall-
fucking
no.
picture of the guy that looks literally
Yes.
like you. That was our fucking
I
bartender
think he
last
was-
year. Okay.
Matterall was a bartender. Like you deny it.
There are
but,
people
like,
who were like, Dirk, you look like this guy. That guy last year, literally, I could kill you and then bring him back and he could do talking in stations.
Yep. People are like, oh yeah, Matterall.
He can sub in.
However,
No, not sub in. Just be you.
I do want to look. We've got some actual news stories that we like to cut in here, like into this fucking madness. All right. One of the things, Valkyrie. If you were like, oh my god, I'm too cheap to have a fucking VR headset and all that kind of shit, like with Valkyrie, it's coming to a non-VR platform.
Some other guy said it, and I think that if you have a VR headset and you are chasing a pilot that does not have one, you will burn him to death every fucking time.
Probably.
Like, if you never got to try it, the game is pretty fucking crazy. I had boobs. That was one of the most amazing things. I think the first time I
Boobs?
exploded.
Wait, did you look
yeah,
down?
for
You
sure.
had them.
Yeah, for sure. I looked down. I had tits. It was nuts. And there is an actual reaction to reach for your tits. Because
Wait,
Dream
what?
come
No,
true.
there isn't. Wait, hold
Yeah, there
on.
is.
Wait, what?
Yeah, for sure. I looked down, and I was like, wait, and I went to read, but your hands don't move the stick, and that's when it fucked with me a little bit. But the game is.
Well, you have one or the other.
What do you mean the mechanic to reach for your tits? Is there a button that makes you grab them?
No. I mean, like your brain is like. I was like, I have tits, and I reached for it, but like my hand.
I think like there's an in-game mechanic that you pushed a button and your character reached up and grabbed them in your vision or something. Okay,
no, that'd be fucked up.
Yeah,
that's
I was like, that is
Star
fucked
Trek
up.
Bridge game or
What the
shit.
hell, CCP on that? But okay.
Yeah, I was shocked. I didn't know I picked a chick pilot until I looked down for sure. But it's fun, and you look all. I mean, definitely don't think I looked forward at any point in time, and that's going to be really hard to recreate without the headset.
I do agree that the thing is like that whole game is based on VR, and so when it comes to missile locking, that's all done with your head motion vision. And so if you don't have on VR, that's going to have to be done with a joystick. And so that's going to require skill. And it takes
a lot more.
It takes a lot more skill to move a joystick accurately than it does to just move your head and look directly at what you're wanting to shoot at. And so people with VR are going to have an advantage there. Absolutely.
Yeah, the guy that made a comment. Khmer, okay, thanks. Mean ass.
Yeah.
Boy, bring me on here and distract me. That's fine. I see how it is.
Yeah, that's what we did.
That was what was that? The EIDI one or the iPay one?
EIDI.
God damn it. That's fine. Anyway, like the one guy was like, it'll be the difference between like a controller guy against a keyboard and mouse guy in a first-person shooter, and I tend to agree with him. I mean, it's great that they release it without having a headset, but I intend to buy the game, but I would rather have a headset, I think. Plus, there's another fucking crazy-ass Pong game they made up, like fucking Tron Pong or whatever. I like to try that, too. That doesn't look too bad.
I don't know why I found Tron Pong so funny.
Well, because it's Tron Pong, and we had that in 1984.
It's like immediately.
And it's now in this whole totally different fucking realm that somebody is trying to sell it for more than 25 cents a shot.
It looks cool though, so I mean, I'll probably pay him money for it. I mean, I gotta get Madden. The new Madden comes out like I think either today or maybe it's Tuesday or I don't know. I gotta pick it up probably coming up this week to play Jeff.
Oh, I'm so disappointed in you that you're a Madden player.
Do you do the Super Bowl prediction Madden games?
No, I don't do any of that. I just play the franchise league and MUT mode poorly, and usually throw an inordinately large amount of interceptions. I'm pretty good at running the ball, though.
The other thing I should mention tonight is that the July monthly economic report came out. Now, mind you,
Spark.
This
That's what it is.
was
Good job,
before
Mark.
the Dirty War.
Weren't they supposed to end those? Or did they decide to keep doing them?
What? What do what?
The monthly economic reports. I remember hearing that they were going to like stop
I
doing
keep
those.
seeing them on Reddit. I thought like or maybe that's the fucking
Well, yeah,
how much
obviously they keep
we
coming
mine
out, but I'm
report
just
or
saying,
whatever.
like, I remember, like, what, 3 months ago we had a whole show on the fact that they were going to, like, cancel those.
No, not the monthly economic report, Drayden. This is why we need you to listen to every sentence that we speak. Okay,
you're
they
asking
were
too
not going
much.
to cancel that. They
I
were going
push
to like
buttons, I don't
change
listen.
something else in it about regional stats. Okay. However, the monthly economic report came out. What we found out is that in July, there was a lot of shit. Like, overall, it kind of came down a little bit on both bounties and, I think, mining. However,
mining dropped a
Delve,
lot.
that crazy place down in fucking Delve, was really super motherfucking high. Guess what? And then they went to war. So we'll see what happens next month. We'll find out exactly how much people ratted and mined down in Delve while they were supposedly at this fucking fake war. But I don't know. I had that there. What?
They dropped quite a bit when they deployed, I think.
Yeah, probably be
Well,
like
Yeah, but their
1/10.
deployment didn't fucking like register on July. So
No, but if you're making
suppose
predictions
not.
about what it's going to drop to, it'll probably be 1/10 of
Wait,
what
Mataro,
July's was.
is your gender
1/10.
vacuuming?
You think everybody who lives in
Yeah,
fucking
I
Delve
thought I
and
heard
down
it.
in
I
that
knew I heard
area
it.
is up there like flying their shit? They're not. You can
No,
tell by
but
this
they're
fleet
I can't
size.
talk.
Not,
No, you can.
Not everyone in Rorquals is still
You know what's interesting is they're
landing in Rorquals just because of the PL threat. I mean, they've already killed a shit ton of Rorgals.
They're mining
3.6
so
trillion.
much.
And
We need
counting.
this PL threat. We're on the fucking back foot. We're fighting for our home territory.
Wait.
We're
Man,
like
he's starting
Minnesota
foot
when
and
people
shit
have come
now.
across the southern border. It's like we're wanting a
can-
wall to be built, and it's like, oh my God, please don't come any further.
If you ever wanted to know if there's free speech in Pandemic Legion, look no further. There's your answer.
Matterall, can we get the janitor on comms with us? Like, can you bring him on? Like, have him stop back. Can you have her stop vacuuming for a second and come on?
Yeah,
and talk with us.
did. No, I'm not gonna do that to her.
Oh,
She's doing her
please.
she's doing
No,
her job.
no,
I'll get a coworker, but she's doing
What
her
if
work.
you swap?
You
What
got a
if you tell her
janitor there?
you'll?
I don't want to disrespect her.
Is she
She's doing her
Polish?
job.
No. What if you say like, "Hey, I'll vacuum for you"? They want to talk to you. Like,
Fuck this
please.
shit. I'm doing literally the last final massive giant shot at
So I
this fucking
wanna
bottle. I got no more after
respect
this. So
her
keep
work.
talking.
Okay. Okay.
But-
Yeah, I'll do a shot too.
But one thing they've done is a ton of mining over the last few months. And if you look, very little of that is actually getting exported. And they're importing a lot of stuff. So what that tell you? I think Delve is pregnant. And there's a ton of resources. Yes, ton of resources
Pregnant.
going into Delve. And the baby is going to be the Palpatine or whatever the hell that thing is called.
Who's the father?
Mittani, obviously.
I don't think so.
Are you saying that Eve should burn Delve before they can actually get the Palpatine into build?
It looks to me like Delve is doing something big.
Should
And
we
there's only
kill
one
Eve
thing to
by
do.
throwing
that's big.
all the assets of Eve at
The
burning that
Palatine
down?
Keepstar. And it just looks like, to me, it looks like if you look at those things, all that being mined. Now, of course, it's not just one person, but they're buying it from these people who are doing it for them. And you look at how much they're importing. Yeah, they're either building a giant, super capital fleet, which they already have, or there's something being
Which they
built
haven't
there.
noted up for on even one dread bomb, right?
Yeah, we have. We're
Yes.
just always late to the party.
No,
It could just be
we've
typhoons.
dropped
But
dreads.
I think
We
Delve
haven't
is pregnant. You heard it here. Delve
We-
is pregnant.
We've dropped dreads. We haven't quote unquote dread bombed.
Yeah.
The problem with
pregnant with a
building
dozen.
the first Palpatine is that you were also the fucking person who has to defend the first Palpatine, right? Because you do not want that shit to die.
Well, of course, and I have a feeling that they would dedicate themselves to defending it, probably as well as anybody could, except maybe NCPL together, or I don't know if the Russians could defend it.
NCPL could not do it alone. There's no way
No.
we could do it alone.
You could totally with tie-dye. I mean, if you guys committed, PL, just because of how
What
No,
do you
no,
mean?
no,
Fucking
tie-dye
tie-dye.
was
With
specifically
tie-dye,
designed
we
to fight us.
we have a fucking
Remember?
cap on DPS.
All
Yeah,
right.
but exactly. But with tie-dye, I mean, there's no way that we could prevent you from killing the. I mean, you take losses, but you kill the fucking thing.
We have got to negotiate with the people who are on the CSM right now to have no DPS cap on Palpatine Keepstars.
What does it matter? You could still kill
Emperor
it. even with
Palpatine?
the
By the way,
DPS
Grath,
cap.
We have to contact Jintan and let him know that Palpatine Keepstars need to be exempt from that.
I meant to ask you. This came up a few times that if the Imperium really wanted to have a fort in Honoken, couldn't they drop 4 or 5?
Conan.
That place. Couldn't they drop 4 or 5? at the
But see,
same time?
Matterall, that's
You
all part of
ate
the
my
plan.
idea, Matterall. Fuck you.
No, but you're not saying it, so I'm
mean-
saying it for you. I'm pulling it out of Dirk's brain, who came up with this concept. And
No,
ask-
see, this
They
is the thing,
could, but
Matterall.
what
We're,
happens
we're
if
gonna
they
keep
lose
on
5,
putting up one
right?
Fortizar
So-
at a time. The
Yeah.
intent of it actually going up because because you guys are the NC and PL overlords, and we know that it's just
Oh my god,
it's
stop
so
it,
sad
Pox.
to watch
Pox,
each of
seriously.
them go down.
Seriously. We ended that fucking mainstream media bullshit last week, okay? Right now, if you want to actually talk fucking shit, bring
I mean,
your
seriously,
fucking shit
so if they
forward.
drop-
but
here's the
we
serious
know
thing. If they
this
drop
is the
one
fucking
at a time-
diversion in the north. This
Yeah.
whole fucking Fortizar thing, one
Yeah.
Fortizar at a time, is like
Yeah,
this is a war.
what?
This is a war.
What do they-
I am
what do they
fucking.
keep
No,
us
I am
the
distracted
one
so we can
Fortizar
kill
them
thing
faster,
is
dude?
bullshit.
Yeah.
We know this is a fucking diversion.
Yeah. It does seem that way, right? Like it's not just a diversion from recapturing moons in
Well, hold on.
Better
Even in
news,
news
but-
just
I
reached
just
up
don't
to
want
5
to get
months.
Pox fucking kicked
Awesome.
out for like the
My-
whole fact
my
of like,
name is
do
Paul-
not fake fucking news me. Look,
My
I am
name
PL
is
right
Paul
now. I used to be
Muad'Dib.
fucking Imperium, but it's like, do not fake fucking news this goddamn channel.
I'll
Thank you,
fake
Vertigo
news your
Syndicate.
ass.
I am Paul Muad'Dib Atreides, and I will be fremening you until I can fremen no more.
I'll fake news.
If
the
you
shit
want
out
to
of everything.
frame this fucking channel, I swear to God, I will literally fucking.
Well, fake news,
Listen,
like, well, hold on. Fake news, like, Eve Onion News actually said I was actually fired from this show.
Well,
did.
fake onion news, like.
It's real news. It's just
Well,
ahead of
hold
its
on,
time.
I was just gonna say,
fucking fake onion news. We
Wait,
killed
wait,
onion
I
news.
just-
Anything. If you have to do with onion, or
Wait,
like
wait,
Banner
wait.
won't host you.
I was just saying, it's not fake news. I actually am
We
fired.
kill all vegetables. All vegetables must die.
I actually was fired from this show. Like this
Killing
week,
this fruit.
Next week is actually my last show.
Killing is the means of.
I'm just letting people know. Like, I mean, like, I actually was fired from the show. Like, I mean, I'm pushing the buttons next week, and then I'm gone. And then it's up to Rain to push the buttons.
God damn, Drayden! I didn't realize you got fired.
See,
Fuck,
now that's
bro.
not trolling, right? That's
Like,
lying. You're just
No,
lying.
no,
right?
no, it's
love
not.
you,
It's not
motherfucker.
trolling. Like, Drunk Canadian
go.
fired me. Drunk Canadian said,
You
Reason.
might not ninja.
No, he didn't consult you. He said, Drunk Canadian's like, you know what? You're too American. You got to get the fuck out of here.
All right, next week we
Damn.
got the Canadian Open Com show.
Yeah. We need to give that job to a nice Canadian guy.
Yeah.
That is trolling.
I gotta be honest, I'm really kind
He
of
said it was
fucked up
because
right
of.
now.
He said it was because of quote
Really,
unquote
I couldn't
audio.
tell by
I couldn't
just by
tell, Dirk.
listening to you, Dirk.
He said it was
I know
because
you drink
of
alcohol.
quote audio issues. That was the reason. So it's kind of validated actually if you look at the history.
Yeah, but you add so much, like, charisma. I'm not being sarcastic. so I don't know
Drayden,
why.
I'm looking at you right now.
I'm
I'm not being sarcastic.
I got two questions.
Wait, are we doing
Drayden and
Avatar? You
Matterall.
see me? You see me?
Drayden and Matterall. I got two questions for the both of you because you're at the top of my screen. Drayden, pizza or
Because
burrito?
he's seeing double.
You're drunk, burrito.
Here's the thing. Like, I would say pizza.
Drayden, fucking pizza or burrito?
I would say pizza because here's the reason why.
Matterall, pizza or burrito?
Burrito in a second. Come on.
Yeah,
All right, you know
see,
what? I'm
Matterall's
going
got me.
Matterall because
Oh,
God
no!
knows a fucking burrito
Oh,
fucking
but here's
rocks.
the thing. I don't like
Eat a
refried
nice thick
beans,
ASI
and they're
I
in
said
every
burrito too,
burrito.
Dirk. Can I
After
take
a night
Drayden's
at
position?
I'm like,
as
honestly,
fire
I
next
don't
week?
care what he stuffs it with. He may
This-
like be like totally
Well,
dick, but like whatever.
Well, you know, if you said a dick burrito, I would have said burrito.
No, if you said dick pizza, I'd be like, who makes a dick pizza?
Well, I mean, like, I just don't like refried beans.
I can see
Sorry.
why you're
Oh my
getting fired,
god,
Drayden.
motherfucker, you won my wife because she's like, don't let anybody say refried beans. Because
I
nobody likes beans or refried beans.
like, if you put beef and cheese in a burrito, I'll fucking eat the shit out of that. You put refried beans in it, I don't really want
But
it.
whatever.
You know what?
still
I'll tell
won
you
my
something.
whole fucking, like,
I'll tell you something you
contest
should know. A
because
little
it's like, you know
cultural,
what? Fucking burrito.
a little cultural sensitivity.
If he fucking
we didn't eat
throws in
burritos
some
at our
goddamn
house.
yoga wear, fucking like refried beans, I'm like not dealing with it, and I'll kill him later. But still,
burritos are not something that the Mexican families eat. Actually, that's
They
not.
totally are. Get the
It's
fuck
not
outta
even
here.
you've
Mexican.
never wrapped
Nah,
a
dude.
fucking
No,
like
you-
wheat
you-
tortilla.
You've
No.
heard it here. It's not even Mexican food.
Don't even fucking pretend with
I don't
me,
know-
Matterall.
I don't know.
You've wrapped a tortilla in your life.
No.
Don't tell me one was not made with fucking flour.
No, enchiladas are real. A lot of the soups are real.
Oh, I love
Tacos are
enchiladas.
definitely real. Yeah, those
I
are
love
great.
taco
Yeah,
soup.
yeah, no. Burritos are real as well.
Yeah, burritos might be Tex-Mex. I'm not Tex-Mex.
No,
Oh,
no,
but
no,
we're
no,
trying to be fucking American here, so you know it all is real.
What about tostadas?
Maybe it's because
Tostadas, yes. Tostadas are something you
No,
would you would eat.
tostadas is a deep fried bullshit.
I don't
yeah.
actually don't even know what those are. I just
And-
know that
and-
there's
and
a name for them.
Something called sopes too, which are really good.
Yeah,
they're
sopes.
just they're really
Well,
thick.
You know what?
corn thing.
Haggis is Scottish, and I detest haggis.
Haggis is fucking nasty. I have
Haggis
had
is
some really
guts.
good.
It's literally like the
high
shit you
quality
throw in the
made
garbage
haggis where
when
they
you
wouldn't,
gut an animal.
Like feed this shit
Yeah.
to like
Look what-
fucking New Yorkers who weren't
look what Cap
looking
Strongest
down
says.
at their meal.
Cap Strongest says, lived in Mexico, never had a burrito in Mexico. It's true.
No, I would.
Yeah,
no,
I always
I've
get
been
like
to
the carne
Mexico, too,
asada.
and
I get
had
like the I
burritos.
get
Fuck
all
off.
the like actual authentic stuff.
Were you in a touristy part
Look
of
Look at that
Mexico?
fucking
or
white
what?
German guy telling you
No,
he
hold
had
on.
a fucking burrito in Mexico and he said they
told me to
were
fuck
eating
off.
flour
Hold on,
tortilla.
burritos are something like when you go to Mexico, burritos are something they make on the menu for tourists. It's actually not real authentic Mexican food.
Hold
It's
on.
not.
Guy from Idaho. Don't fucking
And
tell
the
me.
next
I've
thing you're
been
gonna
to
tell me,
Mexico. I've
the
been
next
to
thing you're gonna
Mexico.
tell me, egg foo young isn't real Chinese food.
It's not.
I know it isn't.
Are you telling me
Okay.
there was no General Cho?
There's no. Like
General
what
Cho.
you eat at Mexican, or what you eat at Chinese restaurants in America is
And he
not
did
Chinese
not
food.
adore chicken?
Like, talk to Panda. Panda lived in Hong Kong her whole, like, for a long time. And she
Panda
came,
has not lived in one city for more than when the FBI was looking for her.
that's in the last 3 years. She's moved a lot recently. But, no, she was, I don't know if she was born, like, I know she lived in Hong Kong for a long time. And if you talk to her and you say, like, American Chinese food is not actually Chinese food whatsoever. It's Americanized Chinese food.
Tell me more, Drayden.
Now you're going to tell me that, like, Mexican
cool
food
story,
is
Bob.
not
Cool
Mexican
story,
at
Bob.
Taco Bell.
Emotes in chat.
All right, I'm contradicted.
I love it.
Dr. Cake 90 says, I am Mexican, lived in Mexico my whole life. I eat bean burritos all the time. Okay.
I stand corrected then. I mean, like, I don't.
I went to school.
I'm not gonna
for
argue with
for
you, guy
11
from
years,
Idaho.
Admiral.
I'm not going to
I'm
argue with someone who
pretty
lived
sure I
there.
know.
I'm not questioning how Taco Bell right now sends Cinnabon flavored fucking, like, you know, things of love for $1.87. All right, but Matterall saying that fucking burritos don't exist, I swear to God, I'm coming after that motherfucker. Do not deny. Do not be a fucking burrito denier, bro.
I'm a burrito denier.
You can't deny things.
Believe me,
That's
we are
what he
not
does.
creative enough in America to come up with a burrito.
Yeah, Eric
That
says
burrito conspiracy theory.
Eric says he's an internet Mexican and he eats anything.
Oh, shit. I believe him. He's actually right on this.
Well, anyway, no, but in my family, it wasn't like, hey, we're making burritos. It just, that wasn't something that was made. A burrito might be like what was ever left on your plate, scraped into a tortilla and wrapped and eaten that way.
Whoa!
But it wasn't like,
Isn't that a
I'm gonna
burrito?
make it.
Wait, hold on.
That's
Isn't
what
that
I
a-
mean. That
You
might
know
be.
what fucked me up? You know what used to fuck me up years ago before I became inclined with my own fucking burrito self? Was that like the whole idea of a breakfast burrito?
Mhm.
Like that shit.
Oh, that's funny.
That was not real. That was
No,
totally
no.
fucking unreal.
Oh, wait,
No. I did have breakfast burritos.
Fake burrito.
No,
Fake
I did
news.
have.
You said burritos don't
Wait, we
exist,
got
Adderall. Fake
Moop
news.
Gut.
Yeah, I'm wrong because I did have breakfast burritos, and it was papas, which would be potatoes and egg and onions, and sometimes cactus, and then wrapped it up.
Ooh, what kind of
Yeah,
cactus?
I've never gotten into cactus.
But
like,
that is when you
rattlesnake, on
when
the
you
other
would
hand,
when you
it's
would
like
take your
rattlesnake
lunch.
tastes
That's
like
what.
chicken.
Well, what part of Mexico are you from, Adderall?
Actually, I'm from the part of Mexico. It's in California.
Oh, okay. So
Calexico.
So San Diego?
But my parents are from
San Diego.
a state called Michoacan, and that would be like.
Oh, okay, because there's so many different states in Mexico, and it's just like anywhere else. They got different food that's like regular,
Yeah, sure, yeah.
fare.
Yeah, it's a big country. Lots of.
I'm just saying,
different
like, when I went to Cabo, which is a big,
Fair
giant
enough.
American tourist town, and so all the restaurants are catered to Americans, I went and found the back
Yes,
alley.
yes, you got a fucking Hardee's down there. We
No,
get it.
no. I went and found the back alley restaurants that were actually authentic Mexican, that were not like, okay, we're gonna cater to the American tourists. That-
That's
like,
what every fucking second derivative white boy says. I said
No,
that
no.
myself. Believe me. When I went to Cancun and I was like, oh yeah, I was in the old town. They're like, oh yeah, you're getting fucking old
they
school
didn't.
Mexican
No,
here.
they didn't. No. It was
Not the
It was
same
like
thing.
some good seafood, some good. The carne asada was really good, which just means meat, right?
They don't have carne asada
Steak.
in Mexico.
Carne asada is just
Steak.
steak. It just means steak.
Oh,
It's steak.
And they put it in some nice sauces and some. It was really good. Some rice and some beans. Like, I don't like refried beans, but they actually put like and not your barbecue.
You know what I've
American
never trusted
barbecue
about
beans.
refried
It was like
beans is whether
it
they
was
were
like
not
beans-
refried again.
Beans in the right, like actual whole beans in the rice. I'm fine with that. I don't like refried beans. And I don't like
Pintos.
barbecue beans. But like it was just like a mixture of like beans and rice and like carne asada and then some prawn, like not like deep fried prawns, like some like shrimp, like kind of like raw shrimp almost, with some like some kind of weird.
It's probably ceviche.
Right now,
It
It had a weird dipping sauce. I don't even know
wanna
what the
kill
dipping
this
sauce
guy.
was.
I
Like,
literally want to slit his throat.
It's like saying my best friends are Mexicans.
I mean, it might have been. It's like
Manuel's
the
gonna
dipping
MS
sauce they
bro.
had. It was
You
like
need to
My best
relax.
friend's Mexican. He's
like,
Adderall.
it was not. It was like some dipping. I don't even know what the dipping sauce was. It was like really sweet, but like kind of like
Salsa?
spicy.
Salsa?
No,
Sweet,
it wasn't
with your
salsa.
throat juices.
It was kind of like sweet, but like spicy. It was weird.
They probably put not pineapple, but mango in it. Sometimes
I don't know what it was, but it was really fucking good. Whatever the hell it was. I was
It's
like,
probably
what is
best,
this? They're
probably
like,
best not to ask.
All right,
I was like, what is this? And they said some name in Spanish. I'm like, okay. And I just dipped it in. I was
I
like,
need
that's
to reel
good.
it back. I need to reel it back.
Yeah, that's the
I
cultural.
need to reel it
section.
back from your Taco Bell experience in Idaho. Okay, look. I need to ask about the Alliance tournament. Number one, we know.
No.
We
Game
know
of
that
Thrones.
We
What?
know
Yeah,
that
that thing's
PL
going on.
lost.
I forgot about
okay,
that.
and we
Yes,
know that the
PL
guys that
lost.
were on the PL team are not out there and toastifying things, which I thought Grath would have been fucking down on.
Yeah, how does it feel to lose, Graf? Enlighten us.
Well, considering I didn't put any practices in this year, it probably doesn't bother me near as much as like say if I had practiced. I'm sure they're pretty bummed, so like they probably take a
Right.
couple days off, maybe a couple
We
weeks
actually before the show got a hold of Rain and Jintan and like on a Skype call.
They
And
were all
Elise-
drunk, bro.
At
They
least
were all
what-
drunk.
Yeah, they were all drunk. At least was on the couch, and he looked really drunk too. And we were
He looked
talking about all
drunk and,
kinds. Hold on.
sad.
We were talking about all kinds of stuff. The second he's like, "Hey, Elise, how's PL doing the AT?" And then Rain and Jintan just closed connections at that point. And I think Elise told them, "You better close that fucking call."
Wait, what did they close the call on?
When we asked them how PL's doing the AT.
Oh my
off. That doesn't sound like his style, but I mean,
That
it's
doesn't
like,
sound like
It
his
wasn't.
style
It
at all.
wasn't him at
But-
all. But like, that's when they closed it. So we thought it was funny.
Here's one of the questions that I want to ask our particular audience, because this is open comms, right?
Sure.
So it's like,
particular audience was really hard for you to get out right there. That was a rough one.
it was hard. It was hard to
So
really,
basically,
like
you're
squeeze out.
asking us to see
But
what
like,
the chat says.
but like Rain, how do you guys think Rain is doing? I mean, like, Rain is, you know what,
doing all right.
legitimately
That
the
depends, is
first
she in
fucking
here?
female commentator on the
here's
AT. How do you think she's doing? I think she's fucking
Somebody
holding
said
He's
her
not the
own.
first
I don't-
female
Even with those
commentator.
fucking
I don't care
autists
about
that
her
are
being
up
a
there.
lady, but
Whoa,
Whoa, hold on. Go, Grath, go.
Stevie SG and fucking XX Angel commentated on tournaments years and years and years ago. There's always
Years ago. I'm not saying
like,
she's
there's
not
been-
the first
you said
fucking
you
ever.
just said the
as
first
the
ever,
exact
but
word.
I mean,
The
just-
first
I mean, like-
female
Did I say that?
commentator.
You literally
Yeah.
said
I
the
mean
first ever.
that's fake news.
Because I know CDSG
Well,
was like there
first
years
player,
ago.
first player female.
Yeah,
I
but
guess.
I
Angel
will
was a
say,
player.
I will
Like,
say,
she's
like
She's the
never
first
done.
live and then gonna come
was,
back to a show where you can all rip her apart kind of fucking player.
It was
No,
one of
no,
the
I-
early ones, like 4 or 5 or something. She's one of the commentators for. Like,
I
she's my
will s-
CEO, man.
Oh, really?
I will say
Yeah.
this.
That's cool.
I will say this with the like, I actually think she's done better when she was in the actual CCP studios than she did on the EVNT streams.
God, I would hope
She's-
so.
Well, I would hope so because she
Yeah.
learned on EVNT, but
Well, I mean, like, despite literally, I mean, like, EVNT she did fine, but it's like, I mean, she definitely seemed like you could tell she was really nervous. She was like, you know, like stuttering and stuff like that. But like when this
you're
last
talking,
weekend,
you're talking about like content though. I'm wondering about like the blouse she was wearing. Do you feel like the blouse she was wearing like?
Jesus Christ.
oh yeah, we said
No, you guys
we
are
did-
out there fucking laughing.
we
But I'm
did
gonna
say
be
we
like
would
totally fucking
critique her.
honest. Like if you can't even fucking rep yourself, you know, from the standpoint of like. Am
why
I
don't Dirk-
wearing a fucking TJ Maxx kind of blouse, or am
Why
I?
don't you
fucking,
just
like,
ask us to
rolling
rate
in
her,
Macy's?
rate her 1 through 10, or hot or
Yeah,
not?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I
Oh
mean,
my
it's like,
God.
You know, it's like, look, I'm not expecting everybody to be a fucking, like, you know, stare at the camera moderator, okay? But, like, you know, once in a while you need somebody who can, like, show up with, like, you know, I don't know, a sweater vest or a really gold fucking jacket, like fucking
Well,
Jin
I
Dan.
will say, whatever dress she was wearing tonight on the Skype call, I hope she wears that tomorrow.
Yeah, no shit,
'Cause
right? If she had, like, a stand
that
up and be like, look,
was
I got
a very
fucking
nice
ties.
dress.
Just not going to participate.
This is
I
hard.
don't know-
I mean,
no,
people who
I mean,
don't
you know-
understand how fucking doing the AT is. Look, it's fucking hard. You don't
What's
just
that got to do with
need
her
to know
shirt?
about
How
ships.
did we get in-
You need to know about what to
I'm-
wear because
no.
we're all fucking judging you.
Okay, aside from like, I'm just saying, like in
What?
all realistic sense, Like she did okay in the EVNT streams, but like like last weekend she did really fucking well. Like honestly, she did.
The
well.
me part of we would like to disassociate myself with Donald McGurk fucking Trump's fucking comments completely.
Dude, you can hold your
Covfefe.
fucking rain statues up over there, like.
Hey,
We're
I
wasting
grabbed
Grath. We have Grath here. We're wasting it.
I mean, I'm just saying, I didn't.
Is that
care
a
about her shirt.
resource to be wasted? Like, I mean, are we wasting a
Oh,
resource?
don't
here?
waste
mean-
my resource.
I mean,
You
I
can
only
never
got
run
like
out.
about 30 or 40
Bestow
years
my
left,
resource. on-
And now silence. What the hell?
Yeah, sorry, I fucked it all up.
However, Moderator, on the other hand, Moderator's been coming through strong this year. He's been fucking ramping up like a bro.
And he's
Except
fucking
for
hot.
what about his
Moderator and that,
blouse?
Like his the low echelon.
Yeah, how was his
what-
blouse?
He's hot, dude.
All right, before we go, like, well, we got 13 minutes. So,
Do you have Game of Thrones to do, or is that not an thing?
Before we go,
well, I mean, like, I don't know if we have time to do Game of Thrones tonight because we still got more to do on this. But
don't you guys have anything to
All right,
hammer
sorry.
on Rain? I mean, like, come on, can we not hammer on a motherfucker when they're away?
I want to
Come on, you
hammer
don't
on
wanna
Jin.
talk
I want to
about
hammer
how
on Jin
HBO
real
Last
quick.
week when you guys
leaked
were
the
all
wrong
calling me a
episode.
dirty
Oh,
bitch, okay,
yeah.
like, look, I was listening.
It was
I
good,
felt
by the
bad
way.
about
It's
it.
real fucking good.
Yeah, but
Don't
yeah,
say
but we call
anything,
you
no
we call you a
spoilers.
dirty bitch, and you're just gonna be like, yeah, I know. You call
I had
me
to
a
watch.
dirty
Like,
bitch,
I saw
you
it
might
started
take
to
it
pop up
personal.
on social media, and I was like, nope, not letting that happen. And I just went ahead and we watched it here in the house since it was out early anyway.
Yeah, I'm
Like I'll watch it
thinking.
again someday.
I'm thinking of like not like shutting off all communications with everybody except my family and my work and unplugging.
It's a
everything.
I
really
have to
strong.
until
Like
Tuesday.
the Battle of the Bastards episode was probably my favorite before
Oh, that was
No.
a good one.
Sundays.
That was a
Don't
good
say
one.
anything else. Yeah.
That
anyway.
was last season, Matterall.
Yeah, that was the
Spoiler.
last season's finale.
No,
where
but
he's like,
the new one that's coming out Sunday was leaked, and I don't want to hear.
Well,
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
Well, actually, not just the one.
They
The
all
one
die.
after was leaked as well. And
Oh,
so,
I don't want like.
Yeah, I
you
don't
don't
want
understand. I almost quit Eve because somebody spoiled.
Oh, shut up! You
No, I
not-
did. I
no,
did.
bitch
I
talking
I
agree.
totally did. Somebody said, "Ha ha! Look what PL's doing," and they labeled a station.
I agree. Like, I don't want spoilers either. I don't want spoilers either.
And I
But
was
here's
like,
the thing.
"Fucking."
Real quick, back to the Jin Tan thing. Like, they actually made him change outfits. Like, he had the whole like shiny suit with the shiny gold tie, and then the lighting director told him you have to change that tie. It's too bright. It's reflecting on the camera too much. So he did change the tie. And then the next time you see him after the next match, his suit's changed. So they just said like that suit's too bright. Like they oppressed the golden Jin, the golden tan. Like it's,
Little Oscar statue.
Yeah, like,
I'm gonna be straight
the
up.
golden
I'm gonna be
tan
straight up.
was,
I helped
was
him.
oppressed.
I helped him fucking like find that fucking jacket in the hopes that he was coming to Vegas. Okay, and then when
Oh,
he
he better
decided
wear
he
that
was
to
not
Vegas.
coming to Vegas, he was
What?
only going to the fucking AT and the Summit. I'm like, fuck it. You know, wear that shit out there. That goddamn guy that wore the fucking flight suit, it's like whatever. You will one up him. You will trump his ass.
What
okay,
if-
out
what
there
if-
with your fucking gold
Cheshire.
goddamn
What if I
Mirage
f-
suit.
What if I fly to the UK? I can get some. What do they call that? What's the
Glitter?
No, the stuff you put on a cloth to like make people pass out. Ether.
Chloroform?
I'll get some
Chloroform.
Okay, ether.
Chloroform. The shit that
what if I
like
get
made
some-
you run your knee
Yeah,
into
yeah.
a goddamn bench
What
out
if-
in Vegas.
What if I get some chloroform and I bring him to Vegas with me?
Oh my god! If anybody can get fucking Jin Tan into a goddamn carry-on bag out into Vegas,
Well, it probably
yes,
fit. Wouldn't
we
it?
will fucking reward you with doing shots for no fucking money.
It'd be nice to
well,
hang out.
Yeah,
with,
that's a small price to pay for people getting gin to Vegas illegally.
Just
Yeah,
smuggle
what's
that
kidnapping
motherfucker
and-
in.
Why do you even need to do that? He's old enough to drink now.
Well,
No,
like,
we just want to
he's
smuggle
not-
Jin
it's
into
just
your
not
luggage.
He's not
kidnapping
old
or
enough for chloroform, but
No,
I mean,
no big deal.
By the way, Lady Scarlet is probably going to be at Eve Vegas, and she
Well,
tomorrow.
yeah, she is. She's a fucking like baller.
see
Yeah.
Chef Shuffle.
But she's also tomorrow doing a Spartan race or whatever that is. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, what? I didn't realize you did
See
Spartan.
Shuffle
Oh,
saying
yeah.
Jin Tan should fit in the overhead.
See, now I
bin.
fear
Do you happen
fucking
to know,
Lady
Five-
Scarlet.
5
probably
miles,
don't.
21 obstacles. Forget it.
Yeah,
I know
that's
it
all right.
can't.
So that's like a Spartan sprint. Like
Yeah.
I've done Spartan race before. It's pretty intense.
Really?
Someone's
Oh,
like, fuck it. You know what? I've done Spartan races. She's doing like a fucking short-term sprint.
No, they're challenging. Like, so that if you don't know, like the Spartan races are like, you know, Tough Mudder or Warrior Dash, except for the fact it makes those ones look like bitches compared to it. Because it's like, I remember I was doing obstacles on Spartan Racer. It's like, holy shit, I could actually die doing this. Like at one point in time,
Like
at the end of
actually
the race-
die?
Yeah. At one point in time, at the end of the race, you're fucking exhausted, and you gotta climb a rope that's like 3
Exhaustion
stories
is
tall.
not actually dying.
No, the
No,
exhaustion
but-
is not. But after you've run that long, and then it's like, oh, by the way, you have to climb this rope that's 3 stories tall. There's no safety net below, so if you fall, well, hope you don't break your neck.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah.
I hate that idea. I saw somebody. I don't know if you guys know. There's this place in California called Morro Bay Rock, and it's
Oh,
this
yeah, I
giant
know that
rock,
place.
size of a mountain, right? Well, some guy decided to propose to his girlfriend at the top, so he climbs it and takes pictures or whatever, and he gets caught on his way down, not knowing where to step.
Is this a Darwin story?
No, it ends up fine. They rescue him. But I was looking at the video of this guy who was like, 10 stories high or whatever, stuck on a ledge. And I'm just thinking, how do people
Darwin.
get themselves into these situations where there's no way out?
Darwin and taxpayers.
Yeah,
And,
well,
What are the taxpayers?
impulse
grappling
control.
hooks and
Are the taxpayers have the same thing to do with that as Herb Blouse did with casting?
well, there's also people living, in fire zones, building their dream homes in there and stuff like that.
Or floodplains.
Or floodplains or all that stuff. We allow people to do stuff that costs us money in the name of freedom, I guess.
Game of Thrones.
They're called
No
dream
Game
homes
of
for-
Thrones because I
wait.
just remembered that it's
Game
been
of
leaked.
Thrones.
wait, hold on.
Game
If
of
we're
Thrones.
wait, if
Game
we're
of
doing-
Thrones. I'm sorry if you haven't watched this since last Sunday. Y'all need to
Hold on.
check out now.
Let me throw the.
don't do it. Please don't. Well, so
Okay,
because
so
it turns.
I'm
I forgot.
I'm
But
throwing it
That
up
made
right
me
now.
sad.
Hold on. Game of Thrones spoiler warning. Throwing the thing up. Okay.
Snape
Game,
kills Dumbledore.
yeah.
What are we gonna do after Game of Thrones? Though we've got nothing. We've got nothing after that. This show doesn't exist with the mere threat.
We
that
do,
we're
it's
gonna
the
give you
fucking
Game of
after show,
Thrones
man.
at the
Come
end of it.
I've been surviving without
It's
it,
hard to
Derek. I
believe
haven't
that when
watched
this
a
ends
single
next year,
episode.
it'll be 8 years. The show was on for 8 years.
yeah, that's
Seriously,
wild.
we've literally got like what, 2 episodes, 1 episode left this fucking season.
Okay, we can do
2
we can do
episodes.
spoilers
And here's
now.
the
There's
thing.
8 this season.
Well,
7
here's the
next.
thing to be careful of. Those got leaked to the internet, right? So there are people out there that know what's going to happen, like Grath here, and like you got to be careful not to invite spoilers because
I tried
I'll tell
to
you what.
chase Daniel out of
Spoilers
Local
up.
last night
Like we can do
with
spoilers. We can do full spoilers now. Like it's
No.
Alerts up. Everyone knows. If you don't want
Wait,
spoilers,
watch
get
the
out of
single
here.
episode.
I gotta
bro.
mute up.
You can spoil it all day. Come on.
Seriously,
you know.
literally, y'all need to fucking quit Eve right now and not listen to this.
I don't want you, Dirk. Bring it
All
on.
right,
Come on.
the warning's already over. Like we can do spoilers now. Like people know if they're still here. Sorry, spoilers are happening.
Danny gets fucking pregnant. Holy shit! Could that have happened any quicker this last week?
Daenerys?
Danny gets fucking pregnant with a
Daenerys?
dragon baby.
Oh, what the real spoilers? Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So,
Could the hot eyes between fucking Danny and that white guy from the north, have not have been any fucking harder during this last
Like,
week? I mean, they were looking at each other like, "Baby, I'm gonna come back. Baby,
well, yeah,
please do."
Jon Snow. The funny thing is, like, Jon Snow is Daenerys' nephew.
They're gonna fuck too. That's
Yeah, and
He's
they are.
not
not
just
creepy at all.
fucking Daenerys' nephew.
No,
he
she's-
is both fire and ice. He is both
He
fucking
is- he
Is
Rhaegon
that, is,
Stark
that, is that how
and-
they're gonna
he
cover
is-
up the inbreeding?
he
They're
is-
gonna call
he
it
is
fire and ice
Stark.
this time.
It's not inbreeding. It's not inbreeding because this is actually the one few times where
What-
Targaryens are
It's
not
their cousin,
inbreeding.
right?
That's why the dragon looked at him and said, "Fuck
Yeah,
it, nigga,
yeah.
pump
Yeah,
my
no,
mouth."
this is the one time where it's like this is not inbreeding by the Targaryens. This is with a
Shit,
Targaryen
fucked up.
with a Stark. This was
Correct me if
Ned's-
I'm wrong, but isn't like Rhaegar her?
Rhaegar
brother.
is
Daenerys'
brother.
Daenerys' way older brother. Like when she was like
Right.
5 years
So,
old, he was like
If
30. So like,
Rhaegar has a son, and that son fucks Danny, that Rhaegar's son is fucking his
Yes,
sister.
yes.
That's why they're not gonna get together.
No, no,
That's
They're
why
gonna
they're
fuck.
not
No, they
gonna
will,
get-
they
They're
will,
fucking-
they will.
They're gonna
It's not
fuck.
inbreeding.
they
Brad.
they
Think of
will.
it
No,
as
no.
keeping-
When Jon
The
and
bloodline's pure. No,
when
they
Jon
exactly.
and Daenerys fuck, which I think will
Racial
happen,
purity.
it will be inbreeding because that is aunt and nephew. like by blood, aunt and nephew sex. So that is inbred shit. But Rhaegar with Ned Stark's sister is not inbreeding. So Jon is not an inbred. But if he sleeps with Daenerys, that will be inbreeding. Because
Right.
They
for sure.
gave
Yeah,
the
that's not-
sketch out there this week about the people, the ice people from the north, right? They're not coming over the wall. They're not lazy
Oh my
fucking
God.
They're
wall
walking
climbers,
around it.
right?
As great as this is, I'm gonna take off. Y'all have a good night.
All right, see
Yeah, I
you
gotta go
soon.
get dinner. I gotta go get dinner. Sorry, I've
right,
been having
see
fun.
you.
Thanks for having me. See ya.
They're not coming across the fucking wall, over the wall. They're coming around the wall.
Right,
Because
the
they figured out that, hey,
ocean
guess,
is frozen.
Guess what, motherfuckers? Build your wall. We're coming around the wall.
The ocean is frozen. They're gonna walk
The
around.
ocean is frozen because shit gets cold.
Freelancer, say my name. What's up? Oh, what's this? A picture.
I still miss everything that fucking happened, you know, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever the fuck it is, you know, where it was like, ah, man, old fucking lady from Old Lady
from?
Land fucking died. I mean, it was like, she was fucking cool, man.
Alabama, hell yeah, boy. What the fuck, Lieutenant Dan?
Don't fucking hold Lieutenant Dan to hide Sanders.
Here's the funny thing. If Jon and Daenerys hook up, it's actually like the most extended inbreeding that the Targaryen house has
No,
had for a while.
bullshit. They are
No,
so
no.
far fucking disordered.
No.
This is nothing even remotely close
No,
to what's going on there.
No,
and,
the Targaryen
oh, look,
house.
I'm pregnant. My baby.
Wait, the Targaryen house is usually done brother to sister inbreeding, and this is aunt to nephew. So this is actually like a distant inbreeding from the norm, even though it's full fucking
It's
inbred.
not quite actually the fucking same because, like,
No, it's
not
full
quite the
inbred.
fucking
It's full
same.
inbred, just
because
not
right
quite
now,
as deep.
right now, what's going on in King's Landing is like, yeah, my baby. Okay, but like we know that that's just gonna be a fucking like, not quite dragon, but still kind of weird.
It's just
Don't
gonna
unmute
have
that,
like
Earl.
big teeth.
Don't unmute. All right. Well,
Oh, you can, yeah, but we're still doing spoilers.
Metal, you still have your donut? That donut that you
That
got
donut-
years,
yeah, I was just
like,
like, I
years
was
ago.
hope-
I want to know.
You have a
you
new
still
one.
have that fucking
It's a
donut?
new-
How
no,
have you
no,
not
no,
eaten that fucking
No,
donut?
no,
You
no, that's-
goddamn motherfucker!
That's a new one. I saw him in the pre-show eating a donut, and I was
You
like,
didn't
we're
see
gonna-
No,
him
I had-
getting it from the
we're
girl
gonna
I had
start
got
one-
it from, and it's like he's
I had
like,
one and a
like,
half-
posting it.
1.5 donuts, and I ate the half of it, scraping the glaze off it. And
What I
this
do
one,
want to say
not
tonight
been
is that
touched.
we're not going to have a
Please.
fucking after show. So, like, when we roll this out, so, like, get prepared, people.
Right. I gotta
Get
go.
prepared. Be ready for the fact we're not
Let
having
me
a fucking after show.
let me also
God.
plug. I want to plug real quick. Last week, Talking in Stations talked about the Northern War, and tomorrow we're going to talk about the Southern War. We're going to have Captain Patrick Archer on and Pfeiffer as well.
Is that the guy from like
Pfeiffer.
Star Trek Enterprise?
Two opposing sides. That may be where he named it from, but should be a good show. Hopefully, we get to a good explanation of what's going on in the South while everybody's busy in the North.
Wait, isn't Archer
The diversion war.
Archer's the captain in the Star Trek Enterprise?
Winter's coming.
Starship Enterprise.
He's from Triumvirate. And Pfeiffer is, I guess he's considered DRF. I'm not sure. He has his own alliance.
However, honestly, seriously, that dragon ship, even these dragons. I mean, honestly, if we had fucking dragons,
We have
and
dragons,
fucking
they're named
zombies,
Bath.
if Eve had dragons and fucking
Pro God
zombies,
legend.
more people would play this game.
It is. It's called a Titan. You see those Doomsdays? They look like a dragon.
Oh,
Fucking
that's
breath
true.
weapon, yeah.
Could you
Yeah.
imagine fucking Eve with fucking dragons and zombies? This would be fucking badass.
We have zombies. They're called fucking Blood Raiders.
I know, but like,
that's
you
a
fucking
vampires.
need
They're
zombies
vampires.
to come fucking alive.
Oh, the vampires are the other ones, I think.
Yeah, the
Look,
zombies
we
are
have
the
ships with
Sancha.
fucking
And hot
corpses.
sexy
Zombies
high
are
school
Sancha. Blood
vampires.
Raiders are vampires. They suck the
Yeah,
blood out
that's
of
good.
everybody.
Yeah.
All right, we got.
All
No,
right.
we're out of time. Okay, so let's
Yeah.
just do one
We should
shot.
roll out. Roll
shot-
out right now.
shot
Be
for
like
the road.
now. Here. Can
Let
I
it-
call it?
Shot,
Can I call
shot
it? Can I
dirt,
call
shot
it?
dirt, shot dirt. And then call out
I
and
got
then
no
we're out.
shots left because I fucking guzzled that shit because of my
what
goddamn
a-
man with the goddamn donation.
Got any milk left?
But
Dirk's a guzzler.
Peace out, motherfuckers. Later, bitches.
Later, bitches.
Later, bitches.
We out. Judy's up next. Stay tuned for her.